Warm greetings from the high 10. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and get started into my commentary because I don't know how long it's going to run. I'm going to bring you updates pertaining to breaking news. Then I will give you the content and then my commentary. Thank you so much for joining me. As most of you know, Russia has gone to war with Ukraine without Ukraine's permission. I will bring you that right now. 1 second. This is by today. Hello, honey. Thank you so much for joining me, Susan. So far, so good. A little tired.
Launched its long-anticipated attack on Ukraine, striking military posts across the country. An unprovoked war in Europe is now underway. The assault began with an angry message from President Vladimir Putin, broadcast in the middle of the night. Russia cannot feel safe, develop, and exist with a constant threat emanating from the territory of modern Ukraine, he said, describing the government in Kiev as a junta of neo-Nazis determined to build nuclear weapons. As Putin spoke, seemingly on cue, Russian bombs started falling. Cruise and ballistic missiles, Ukrainian officials said, along with attack helicopters striking military installations, including air bases near the capital, Kiev. And more military targets in several other Ukrainian cities, including Kharkiv, the biggest city in eastern Ukraine. Russia claimed to have eliminated much of Ukraine's defenses, but the Russian reports appear exaggerated. Several videos showed what Ukrainian officials described as columns of Russian tanks entering Ukrainian territory. A potentially devastating war in Ukraine has just begun. But so far it appears to be a gradual assault. Putin, who said he does not want to occupy the country, may be trying to take Ukraine without having to fight hard for it, appealing to the military not to resist. But there are no signs Ukrainians are raising the white flag. President Zelensky, in a pre-dawn appeal, told Ukrainians to stay strong and calm as he announced the start of martial law. While some Ukrainians in Kiev were heading out of the capital, many are determined to stay and resist. In Mariupol, people this morning were stocking up on cash with long lines at the ATMs. How are you feeling? I'm nervous and I'm trying to keep my children calm, said Yulia. Putin says he's doing Ukrainians a favor by trying to get rid of their Nazi fascist government. What do you think about that? We don't need his protection, she said, and dismissed Putin's claims as lies. Supermarkets were flooded too. 45-minute waits for checkout. This is our Ukraine. I'm staying. I'm calm. I'm even smiling, said Ivan. Ukraine has mobilized its forces and begun to defend its cities. The government is calling for urgent blood donations to treat the growing but still unclear number of casualties. Putin, in his message that launched this military offensive, seemed to have a special message for the United States, reminding the world that Russia is a nuclear power, and said that anyone that tried to stop Russia's actions would face terrible consequences. Hold on. Richard Engel for us there. Richard, thank you.
That's today, everybody, for the source. I feel like what is going on is atrocious and inhumane. And I'm praying for these people. I'm also praying for Poland because I've gotten commentary via news sources and people who live over there who feel possibly, some maybe, that the next seizure would be Poland since it borders Ukraine. I don't know why Putin has decided to go over there. Only he knows the truth. Perhaps his pride is thwarted. But this was going on before Putin became president. It's obvious. He wasn't president 30 years ago. Those people made a sound decision that they wanted to be apart from Russia, and that was the people's choice. Such as any land. And no one has the right to tell you to be a part of something if you don't want to be a part of it. And he has lied. He has not showed any proof that there is genocide and an imminent threat from Ukraine towards Russia. And that has been said by the government, our government, other government, Ukrainian government. This is just a really sick situation. I'm going to say this as diplomatically as I can say it. With no proof of imminent threat coming from the Ukraine towards Russia, Putin making threats if anyone aids Ukraine, they will face consequences. Basically, he's letting you know he will do whatever he needs to do to gain control of Ukraine and knock off anybody that intervenes. So basically, you are threatening us if we decide to press forward to aid. You all are going to have to knock him out. This is Hussein and bin Laden all over again. You're going to have to take him down. That is the only way this is going to work. He cannot be reasoned with. He's already lied saying he would entertain talks. That was just what? Yesterday, day before? How are you going to entertain talks when you've already moved across the border into the Ukraine? You did what you wanted to do. You've been wanting to do this for some time, and you've done it. Zelensky did not take you serious. He was not serious. He didn't take use. And that bothers me, that Zelensky thought that obviously this was a joke because you had not gone over there. So now the chips have fallen. And 57 people are reported dead I last checked. How can 57 people be dead if you're not there to kill anyone? Oops, I made a mistake. Well, you shouldn't be sending off artillery to kill anyone. If you're there to just stand guard or break down military bases, then why are there 57 people dead? And others injured or displaced? Yes, it is the devil's work. Prayers for the Ukraine, prayers for Poland, because I do believe this is the beginning of a new war, a war that I do not want Americans to be involved in. I do not want our troops going over there in no capacity, but it has already been said that troops have been over there, going over there. And as I spoke to someone tonight, what is the purpose of us going over there? To do what? No such thing as keeping peace. That's for fairy tales. How can you keep peace in a place that's already gone to war? You're going to stand there and do what exactly? Just look. The police have already arrested people over in Moscow today for protesting. Unlike our great country where you can go protest and stand outside of buildings and houses and don't get arrested. How lucky we are. Not over there. This is the real deal. And I'm surprised the news was able to even give the report, because I really wouldn't trust standing on a street and giving the news about anything when they're arresting people for protesting. I wouldn't even feel safe to give the news. And naturally, the police knows Russian news. It's very dangerous over there. Trust no one. And I feel sorry for the people. And on my community page, you will see a young lady with red hair crying. This is not a joke. This is serious. There are people who are abroad in other places for going to school, working, but the Ukraine is their home. And they have a right to live there if that's where they want to live. But they don't have that right now. So how is it right to have these people live in fear? It's not right. Thank you for joining me. When I get more information, I will bring you to say a commentary pertaining to what is going on over there We're going to pray for the Ukraine because it's a dire situation. I'm also going to bring you information pertaining to the Arbery family and them setting their sights on the former Brunswick DA after hate crimes verdicts. This is everyday shenanigans. Thank you all so much for joining me. These are updates before I get into my content. Thank you.
District attorney who told police not to arrest Arbery's killers could face prison time herself. Jackie Johnson was indicted in September. She's charged with violating her oath as a public officer and obstructing police. News4Jax reporter Ann Maxwell is joining us with the latest on this particular case.
Ken, it's been almost 7 months since Johnson turned herself in at the Glenn County Sheriff's Office, and just this afternoon, a clerk of court told me nothing has been filed since she was charged way back in September. The clerk says since the indictment, nothing has been scheduled, not even her initial appearance.
And it is a good morning.
From zero arrests to convictions on state murder charges and federal hate crimes, the family of Ahmaud Arbery has fought for justice every step of the way.
The way Ahmaud left here, I knew that we would get victory on the state level and in the federal level. I knew that from day one.
But it all could have been swept under the rug. No charges were filed against Travis and Greg McMichael and their neighbor Roddy Bryan for 2 months after they pursued Arbery to his death. It was only after Greg McMichael's attorney released the video shot by Bryan that the GBI took over and arrested the 3 men. The now former Brunswick District Attorney Jackie Johnson is accused of showing favor and affection to Greg McMichael, who had once worked in her office. She's also accused of directing officers not to arrest Travis McMichael, Greg's adult son, who fired the shots that killed Arbery. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump says there's still work to be done.
Everybody who played a role in trying to prevent justice. And Wanda and Marcus believe Jackie Johnson was part of that cover-up.
Cooper Jones says she felt betrayed at the federal level when prosecutors asked the judge to accept a plea deal for the defendants rather than take the case to trial.
I told the DOJ that yes, they were prosecutors, but one thing they didn't have a son that was lying in a cold grave. All right, come on. And they still didn't hear my cry.
What's your response to that?
I cannot imagine the pain that a mother feels. To have her son run down and then gunned down while taking a jog on a public street. My heart goes out to her and to the family. That's really all I can say about this.
Attorney General Merrick Garland also said no one should live in fear of violence because of what they look like, who they love, or how they worship. As for that former Brunswick DA, Jackie Johnson, she faces up to 6 years in prison if convicted. I'm Ann Maxwell, Channel 4, the local station.
Amen. News4Jax is the source. So Miss Johnson, who was the district attorney at the time, is facing 6 years in penitentiary for aiding the officers, not wanting to prosecute, basically interfering in something that was not her place. But we know these things go on every day. And now people will start to question all types of crimes that happen in America involving random civilians and law officials. There's hanky-panky going on behind closed doors. But God is good. Those same 3 villains also were found guilty in federal court, violating Mr. Arbery's rights. Amen. Source number 2. My last piece of information. Oh, mercy. It's pertaining to George Floyd. Thank you. WCCO, CBS Minnesota's the source.
Intervened against Derek Chauvin, guilty of depriving Floyd of medical care.
We haven't heard about Thomas Lane quite yet.
So, Joe, if those are 4 guilty counts, they took these 39 pages of jury instructions and all that evidence, and it didn't take them long to come to a decision.
It didn't. I'm surprised. They must have very much been convinced as to the guilt of those 2 individuals, because this is really fast. I mean, less than 2 days, basically. I'm surprised.
Joe, can you talk a little bit about, I know that you said, and Esme talked about it a bit too, that you said that the language is willfully is unusual.
Yes.
Okay, now we're just getting word
Yes,
right now. Our
because
producer is
willful-
telling us that Thomas Lane also found guilty of the charges against him.
And that was only one charge, and that was depriving Floyd of medical care. So in total, 5 charges against 3 officers, and all 5 charges guilty against all 3 officers. So guilty, 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 guilty.
Amen. God is good. He says, I may not come when you want me to, but I'm always on time. 3 ex-MPD cops found guilty on all federal charges in Mr. George Floyd's death. And as I say, murder. Amen. CBS Minnesota is the source for this information. News 4, WCCO. Thank you so much for joining me. Now for my content pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells. Lord have mercy. I'm going to go to a favorable channel and play a certain person's content. Dirty Laundry, this is your content I'm going to play to go into my commentary. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. The content is about 10 minutes long, so bear with the content so we can get on with the commentary. Thank you so much. Hello, Reese. How are you there? Hello, Soul, Cindy, Aries, Crystal, Reese, Blue Flame. Amen. Thank you all so much for joining me. Game over for Don and Candace? Question mark. Hold on one second. I didn't start it off.
Dirty Laundry, your home for true crime online. Like, share, subscribe. When your baby is missing, 8 minutes can seem like an eternity. Summer Moon Utah Wells has been gone for 8 months. Her mother reported her missing on June 15th of last year from the basement of their Rogersville, Tennessee home. No suspects have ever been publicly named or cleared by law enforcement. TBI claims an abduction or foul play is possible, but they also think she could have wandered off alone through an unsecured door. Summer just turned 6 years old a few weeks ago. When she disappeared, she was 3 feet tall and weighed 40 pounds. Her eyes are blue and her hair is blonde, but it could be any length, any color. She could also be wearing a mask or disguised as a little boy. Every passing moment is a chance to turn it all around. If you can help solve the mystery and bring Summer home, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND and do the right thing. Keep praying for Summer, and God bless you for your kind attention. Hey everyone, it's Melanie. Just a quick note. The buzzsaw sound you hear in the voiceovers is my laptop slowly dying. It's going to be a while before I can get another one, so I apologize. Thanks again. I appreciate your patience. And now, Don and Candace. Now that Grandus, Candace, and Benny Keys are reportedly revamping Castle Spacula to try to get the boys back, Don is stuck alone in timeout for at least 6 months with no sweet loving and no one to blame but himself. Before heading to parole-mandated rehab, Count Spacula has issued a statement for those of us who did not get ourselves thrown in jail for a parole violation, and a spoiler alert. It's YouTube's fault. Right. Lots to sort out. Pull up a chair and grab a 2-liter of dew. We're among friends. Who needs a mug?
Move, look, and
Sorry about that.
And grab a 2-liter of dew. We're among friends. Who needs a mug? Candace, live and accepting donations, was on the BK channel Monday night. Everyone seems to be trying to help her get on her feet and improve herself, as well as her home. She says she's supposed to see her boys next month. She's reluctantly taking in-home classes to dry out. She says it's BS, but she's doing okay with it, and that she has to do it for the boys. She has no choice. That ought to give CPS some insight. Regarding a job, she says she might work at a friend's house. A public job would end up attracting protesters. They talk about her time as a carny, and she says, it's a good job. You only have to worry about yourself. But she can't do that now. She has kids. Grandus is lurking there in the background, and she pops in a few times just briefly to say thank you to those helping Candace. BK and Candace talk about things like everyone's favorite food and music. It was a long hour-and-a-half show, so I left a link below if you want to watch the whole thing, you freaks. At the end, Candace gets sad about Summer, so she leaves the stream. I feel like it's a good thing her mom is there with her through this. In other breaking news, once again, the Don Wells Family Channel has posted a statement, allegedly from Count Spacula himself. According to the channel's post, Don spent his last free month humbly lamenting his association with social media, drugs, and Satan. According to the statement, Don started the document back on January 15th and completed it February 6th, and it was shared on his channel Thursday the 17th. So, if between the dates of January 15th and February 6th, Don was having this epiphany, his actions would reflect the same humility as the statement, right? Yet only 4 days after he begins writing his little sermon, he takes a break from condemning us to manhandle Candace to the point where Grandus had to call police. Is that the same beautiful wife that he was so content with? Or was that the Candace who was online in a New Year's Eve live telling us how she was ready to move away from Don and get a house by herself? I'm having a little trouble keeping up. The statement even starts off with a sarcastic thank you to YouTube creators. Actually, for your information, Don, most of us refer to ourselves as content creators, but since you're about to start slinging scripture, I guess you need to make YouTubers look as blasphemous as possible. Don Wells didn't turn to YouTube for help to find Summer. He went online to try and control the narrative.
Yes.
He was anticipating jail, so he and his PR team put together this post-sentence jab at anyone he could to gin up his supporters and try to gain sympathy from the general public while he was offline. If he hadn't gone to jail, this statement would probably be laying in the trash. Viewers who only listen to mainstream media aren't given the whole story. They don't see the online ranting and head games like fake arrests and Candace supposedly getting catfished by an internet boyfriend the first week in December. YouTubers get a bad rap, but we create videos to balance some reality against the whitewashed version of this story that mainstream media is not allowed to show you. Someone has to. Although independent channels online should always be vetted carefully, law enforcement could glean a lot from the ramblings of late-night YouTube guests who would never be so candid in a formal interview.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a bridge between over-sanitized mainstream news and the truth. If people weren't tired of seeing missing children cases going cold while negligent parents are never held responsible, channels like this wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
If mainstream media were the only news on this case, only Don and Candace's side of the story would be heard by the public. Sadly, it seems to me that discrediting the channels showing the ugly side of Don and Candace is more important than using this time alone to reflect on the reason he is really behind bars. It's the same old blame game that he used his whole life to excuse his own behavior with everyone from his sisters to his own children. Don Wells got behind the wheel and risked lives because he wanted cigarettes and attention. Don Wells needed police intervention from both his confrontations with Jose in October 2020 and his altercation with Candus January 19th. Both Don and Candus have gone on live streams drunk and ranting voluntarily. Nobody forced them.
Exactly.
It seems that the problem isn't you two. It's you truthers that won't repeat Don's narrative, cover for his histrionics, or let Summer's case grow cold. LE and TBI can snark at social media all day, but after 8 months, no answers, no arrests, and no Summer, at least social media is offering them an honest look at the people responsible for this tragedy. Don and Candus are quick to attribute pre-internet mistakes on Satan and drugs. The same Satan and drugs that tempts every single one of us. If we all used our burdens as an excuse to get wasted and lose our kids, the whole world would be just as miserable as the folks in Ratchetville.
Amen.
The moral of the story, Don, is to learn some humility and accountability. Blaming your immaturity and rotten parenting skills on everything from a poor education to a 5-year-old sister is a clear sign to everyone that you are exactly where you need to be right now. The pity party is over for both you and Candus. The victim here, in case you've forgotten, is Summer. 5-year-olds don't lose themselves so well that no one can find them. And no one just walked up in a yard full of dogs and 5 other people on June 15th.
Amen.
So get comfy, Don. Your get out of jail free card has been revoked. Candus is funding her community chest just in case you don't return. And life goes on. But that's another game, another day. Keep your babies close. Stay safe. Thank you for your visit. I apologize for the audio, and I bid you peace, love, and clean laundry.
Dirty Laundry is the source. Thank you for joining me. My. Where do I start? If you'd like to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chat to welcome during the live. She always brings good commentary, Dirty Laundry. To control the narrative was your purpose, Donald Wells, to go to social media. You didn't expect this case to go far, widespread, outside of Rogersville, Tennessee. That's obvious. Many people say that, and I believe that. But it did. No arrests have been made in the disappearance of Summer Wells. You're still talking, even locked up. Explain that to me. How someone is locked up, but their mouth won't shut up. You won't stop. You refuse to fold, even behind bars. But I'm sure you're wondering what the hell's going on out here. Life is what's going on out here. Besides the buffoonery on YouTube, life. L-I-F-E. Living to do is what's going on out here. Something you had, but you forfeited because you're a buffoon and you like drama and chaos. So you put yourself in the Hawkins County Jail. YouTube did not do that. No one in Rogersville did that. That is your MO. Jail, prison, Been there before. Got a couple of t-shirts. You like it. Nobody to blame but yourself. Candusrella. Candace, why are you talking now? Why are you talking now? Why did your mother come out to speak? Briefly. All the shenanigans, different commentary about you don't know if your husband's going to return. Crazy comments about working at the carnival, one person to be concerned with. Well, let me think about that for a second. If you worked at Piggly Wiggly and you were single, what would be the difference? With no children, it'd be the same. Walmart, it'd be the same. McDonald's, it'd be the same. Wouldn't matter where you worked. You'd be responsible for uno, no matter where you worked. The carny job is the only job you can speak of because obviously you work nowhere else but there. Interesting. Grandus, why are you just now saying anything 8 months later? You've had many moons to speak about the disappearance of your grandchild, but yet you folded and lied in the cut like a rat, nibbling on cheese. Most people speak with their family members when someone's missing. That's what I see when I look at the news. Mama, brother, cousin, auntie, neighbor, they all get together and speak together. One by one, or one or two speak. And even if you decided not to speak, you still should have sat with Don and Candusrella outside the house that day. But you did not. Why not? Did you hobble around and search for somewhere else? Probably not. But oh, the picture somebody showed of you the other day. I believe that was the interview room. You were bent over. They believe that's you in the photo. Let's just say allegedly that's you. You were humped over, girl. Like the old rap song, put your back into it, put your back into it. You were bent over, so what you doing bent over like that? Your knee bad. Shut up, Queen. Ooh, what they say about them photos. Pictures don't lie. But yet you couldn't drive yourself to the hospital June 15th either. But later you left Tennessee soil, allegedly, and went up north, allegedly, in your automobile, allegedly, meaning your knee had to been bent for hours. I'll wait. Ooh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Grandus. Got a little length on your hair. Y'all growing y'all hair out up there in the holler. Nothing else to do. Why not let our tresses grow out? We don't give a damn about somewhere else, so we might as well grow our hair out. Hell, why not? Let's start getting our nails done. Shut up, Queen. Once again, pictures don't lie. Thank you, sweetie. $8 months. You said nothing. You didn't search for the little girl. You didn't talk about the little girl to nobody, such as the news, the radio. You posted pictures of missing children on your Facebook page, but that was it. I'm going to ask you one more time. Why didn't you say something about your granddaughter? Candace, you as well. You didn't want to talk to anybody. And another thing that's strange to me, going to Dr. Phil, wouldn't that be something you would do once you realize your child hadn't surfaced? Let me go and contact Dr. Phil. Let me contact Dateline. I know people personally who've done it. One of the cases I talk about on this channel pertaining to Mr. Carr. None of them spoke with me publicly, but behind closed doors. And then they later went on to contact Dateline. See where I'm going? But you did not. Why not? Why would you not contact a news agent that could get the story out about your child missing? But you would run out of breath to YouTubers. And then cry later, your husband, when he's incarcerated, that it's all of our faults. Of the he said and the she said. No, buddy, it ain't my fault because I didn't send for you. Candusrella, Grandusrella, Boy H, Allie, Susie Mae, Dudley, and all the other people that jumped out of the clown car. I don't know them. Or did you hear that part? I don't know them, so I didn't send for them. You went into the lion's den with the YouTubers, and then when you couldn't get your way with them, or they finally woke up from their slumber, then you had a problem with them. And then you want to bring Jesus and Allah into the picture. Well, I'm trying to understand that. You've been following Jesus for a little while. So if you have been following Jesus, then Jesus should have told you not to trust a YouTuber. Ting! That should have been a little bitty book in the good book that said, thou shalt not talk to a YouTuber. And matter of fact, don't do it to him, Queen. Oh, I'm going to. It should have been at the beginning, near Genesis, or near the end at Revelations. Shut up. Did you catch that? Go run tell that, Candusrella. A fraud. Fake. Fraudulent. Plastic. Pertaining to the events of June 15th, 2021. Not real. Not real. Fabricated. Why do you all not have your children back? 8 months and you're still talking about doing classes and classes at home. Well, when did they start doing that? Y'all really going on and on with this COVID thing, huh? Walmart open, grocery store open, but rehab classes they're doing at the house on the computer. Well, you got so much problems up there on the mount with Wi-Fi. Wait a minute, Angela. Dialing the telephone. Are you sure your Wi-Fi gonna work? Are you sure the Wi-Fi gonna work for you to do your classes? Oh, what's the girl said? You said it was BS. How's it BS and you want your children back? But see, I know you don't want your kids back because you would have never made that statement. See, that's what I learned about people like you. You don't know when to shut up. You and Don. Shut up. Keep letting your friend put you up there in front of that damn camera. Because when the bullshit pop out, he can't do nothing for you. Because he ain't doing nothing for you now. You see, because you right now, you're still working for the devil. And the devil don't pay you nothing. Because he never has. You and Don ought to figure that out. The long 14-year road you all been on, roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Ain't you tired? And I bet you sit up and think about the fact that Don's in jail, you could end up there too. Grand too. Don't get it twisted. No arrest, but don't get it twisted. Because you could be sitting opposite Donald Wells, you and your mother. And how convenient you all now have the mount to yourself. Intricate plan it could have been, besides the disappearance of Summer Wells. Who's to say? Stay woke. Don't want to work in public because you don't want people stalking you, bothering you. Well, interesting. Do you really want to work? Because once again, we're in the 8-month interval and you don't work. You haven't done a full rehab. You haven't dried out. You haven't done nothing. And this bullshit about seeing your children next month, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe anything that comes out of your mouth, because I'm going to say this. Too much time has gone by. We're almost at a year. It doesn't take this long to get the kids back if you were following the protocol that was implemented by the state of Tennessee. Stop running game. You see, you and Donald Wells have told what you wanted to tell to the public, and the things that's important you leave out, such as you have no intention of getting the children back, or you can't get them back. I can't see somebody going round and round with you for 8 months or more to get your kids back. I've already brought content telling you what the state protocol is. 15 to 22 months, 24 months, it's a wrap. You don't comply, you don't respond, we put your kids on the chopping block to have rights removed of the parents. You're already coming up on a year, and you're already telling people on a public platform that the classes are BS. So that doesn't show me that you're interested in getting your children back. Making excuses about a job, working for a friend, doing what exactly? Working at their house, doing what? Cleaning it? What type of business does your friend have for you to go over to her house? I didn't know you had any friends. Who's your friend? What friend is this? Because you're going to be crying about that friend here in another month that she done went to a YouTuber and told your business or made up a lie on you and Donald Wells. Stay woke, Candusrella. You're not very bright. Or is that another lie? Because you're good at lying. You and Don. Talking about music and food on a public platform with Satan himself. Now, Candusrella, now you know that don't make no sense. Your child is missing. And yes, a lot of time has gone by. You should be able to smile, put on makeup, go to the picture show, because you're human. But not on YouTube. Not on YouTube. It's a no-no. Now, you know better than that. You know you should be trying to keep up your image, young lady. You and Grandus. But yet, you can't seem to follow instructions. You and Don. That's why Don is incarcerated. What is it going to take? That's my British voice. What is it going to take for you to understand? You have got to stay off of YouTube. You don't have any friends on YouTube. You don't got no friends nowhere. Ting, ting. Stop talking. Listen. Don crying and moaning on a website pertaining to God, Allah, Noah, Job. As I brought you content about that a week ago, means nothing to me because he didn't care about his children, himself, nor Candusrella from the get-go. They have never cared about themselves, so therefore they could never care about their children. They could not care about you. They won't care about the neighbor. There's no such thing as loyalty. There's no such thing as friendship, kinship, camaraderie, because you don't like yourself. You don't value you. So if you don't value you, you can't value me. Damn, Grandus ain't taught you that? What was going on with you growing up? I'm kind of curious. Hell, did you even have toys growing up, Candusrella? Did Meemaw buy you toys growing up? Did she buy you clothes and shoes growing up? Something's missing. Something is missing with you. Something is missing with Grandus. The reason you're in the shit you're in right now, because you've been missing something. And Grandus too. The blind leading the blind. Then you take up with Don Don, and that blind rat misled you. And now you back in the fold. You and your mama. A dangerous mix. Very dangerous mix. Worried about if he gonna come back. Well, he's not gonna stay in jail forever, so he has to come home, honey. Do you not want him to come home? Maybe we're missing. Maybe we're not understanding what you're saying. Maybe I'm confused at what your point is. Do you not want Donald Wells to come back? Somebody saying something about you leaving, perhaps wanting to leave. Well, where are you going? You don't want to work in public. So where are you going? Needing money, donations, for what? You see, this is where you all are confused out there. When you and try to school the queen, because you ain't schooled me about nothing. You didn't need no donations before June 15th, so you don't need them now. You didn't care about how your house looked before June 15th. You didn't care about how your kids look. You didn't care about where your kids were. You didn't care about being at home with your kids, leaving your kids alone. You didn't care about drinking, smoking, getting high, fussing, fighting, calling 911. So you don't need nothing from nobody 2022. Did you hear that? Get it how you live. We didn't know you. You didn't know us. So therefore, you don't need to be asking the public for nothing. Because you and Don Don had it going on up there on the mount in that raggedy ass box that's 2 minutes from falling over. And look, if you were down here where we was, your fucking house would have flooded. Collapsed like that house did the other day in Hawkins County. How fortunate for you. Water don't run up a hill. Get it how you live. Catfished? Who catfished you? You see, let me talk to you about that. If that's true, allegedly. You're lonely, baby. And you're going to continue to be lonely up there until you turn it over and make it right. Because, see, I still believe that you are behind the disappearance of Summer Wells, so therefore, I don't feel nothing for you. And you probably are very lonely up there. Because if you were catfished in December, Don Don was free then. So what were you doing talking to somebody on social media? Or is that another lie spread on social media, YouTube? Do you understand? Do not mention anybody's name in my chat, please. No YouTubers' names. We don't need their names. You gave us this platform alongside YouTube. So if you have a problem with whatever is being said on YouTube, I'm going to say this to everybody in here listening. You have a problem with what's being said on somebody's channel, then you go call YouTube. Stop worrying the creator. Because it's YouTube who gave us the option to be here. Without YouTube, it's null and void. So if you have a complaint, Candusrella, the chat, whomever, I suspect you go call YouTube. Call YouTube with your complaints. Because that's who's the orchestrator of this little box I'm talking through. I don't run anything. Because they could let me go at will. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They could cut the cord at any time. So if you all want to be in the complaining department alongside Candusrella, then I advise you to call YouTube with your complaints. Just saying. You wanted to get the word out. That's why you came to YouTube, but the appropriate place would have been the news, the radio, like other people who have missing children. The news was the appropriate place to go to say, hi, my name is such and such. My child is missing. My husband is missing, yada, yada, yada. And that's who you should have stuck with, was the news. But you knew you couldn't spill this narrative of somebody kidnapping her, taking her, luring her. So that's where YouTube came in. And the same people you ran to out of breath and you allowed to come in your messenger, blah, 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 are the same people you now want to blame for your downfall. But you see, you all were misfits before YouTubers met you, sent for you. You went looking for them, which is so ever. You were misfits before YouTube, before your website, YouTube channel, manager, goofy ass friends. You were misfits before. You will be a misfit after YouTube. If YouTube was to shut down in the morning, you would still be the same. And that is your problem. Has nothing to do with YouTube. Has nothing to do with anybody. And you have shown you do not want your children back. It does not take 8 months to get your children back. There are two of you. You both should have been working in conjunction to get the children back before Mr. Wells even got a hearing in court. Your children could have been at home before he went to court. That tells me everything I need to know about your behavior with Mr. Wells. You have not fought for your children because you never fought for them. That is the reason why we are talking and making videos about your dumb ass. You and Mr. Wells have never cared for your children. Am I making myself clear? Had you done right by your children, there would be no YouTube videos. You would not need a YouTube channel, nor would you need a website for Summer Wells. That is your choice. You did this. You orchestrated this disappearance. You wanted to control the narrative of your child missing to social media. So you got what you wanted, and now you want to cry wolf. You've learned nothing Dirty Laundry says, hope you've learned something after all this. You've learned nothing because you don't care. Jail is where Mr. Wells belongs, and I suspect that your mother and you also belong there because you all are the last ones to see Summer Wells on June 15th. And June 15th is a fraud. It is an orchestrated crime. You all are all in cahoots in my book until somebody brings the queen a receipt. I say all three are guilty. This is everyday shenanigans. Thank you. Sick. Very ill. Very, very ill. One moment. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining me. 266 viewing. Amen. Who's to say she ever loved him? No such thing as love. Sunset says she needs YouTube to continue the con. Do not mention YouTubers' names in the chat. I didn't even want to bring this information because of where she gave the information. I don't like problems, and I want him to fuck off. Stay away from my channel. Stop trying to come up in the box. Stop it. I will flag you every day. I'm not what you want. I don't go looking for trouble, and I don't want it over here. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, y'all. Oh, Lordy. Extra, extra. Hit the bell, darling. One second, you guys. Oh, Lord. Oh, I have so many problems with this thing. Oh, I see what it is. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Having some issues here. Well, allegedly she's trying to follow a program, so I don't know how she could be drinking. You're trying to get your kids back. Saying. They don't want the children back. I think that's obvious. They do not want the children back, okay? Because you would do whatever you had to do to get your children back. And as I said, it's hard finding a place to place children in foster care. So therefore, you would be breaking your neck to get your kids back. And I'm sure these people will be talking to you. Hey, this is what you need to do to get your kids back. What is the problem? See, I'm not a dummy. I know better. They don't want the children back. Hello.
Good evening, Queen. You are bringing it tonight. I'm telling you.
It took longer than I expected. I didn't plan to go that long in the commentary, but anyway.
It was fun. I was hanging on to every word. I mean, really, you were preaching. I was, about to, lead a prayer or something. Have church. Let's have church. Oh, goodness.
BS. It's BS. This program is BS, allegedly. Well, if it's BS, then move on. Right?
Did I miss something?
Allegedly, she's saying it was BS. Did you not listen?
Oh, I was listening to every word. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, allegedly from the commentary from Dirty Laundry, it's BS. The program is BS. Whatever she having to do online, it's BS. Exactly. Well, ever heard of non-drinking home plans? Yes, exactly. Thank you. Man, come on with all that.
Yeah.
Making up stuff.
Well, they can't shut their mouths up for whatever reason. I don't know what to say about that. Nobody can shut them up. They're just
How do you know the boys are not together? Bring a receipt. Most of you had to have known all three children were not going to be able to stay in the foster home together. Come on now.
I'm thinking the youngest one probably went to one home just to kind of, the other two boys might have been too closer, and the young one dragging along behind might have been separated to give him some special attention. He doesn't know what in the world has happened.
Why would he need special attention?
Well, because he's not old enough to even realize what in the world has happened to his sister.
Yeah, but wouldn't the object be to keep them together? Don't you think?
Well, I mean, I would love to know that the three of them are together because they're, just because they're siblings. But like you say, it may not be
okay, calm down, Rand. I see what you're saying. The point is, I want a receipt. I want a damn receipt. That's the bottom line.
So the youngest and middle. Well.
Right. Like we don't know what summer is exactly. So I don't know where our boys are. I don't know who's together, who ain't together. I want a receipt. You bring any type of mess up in here or commentary about somebody, foot, ankle, just bring me a receipt. That's all I ask. Because what you have to ask yourself is what we've been saying 1,000 times over. The only information you've been getting pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells is from Candace and Donald Wells. So if you're going to tell me the children are over here and one's over there, you couldn't have got it from nobody but Candace or Don. And why should I believe anything that they say? Well, why would I do that?
I haven't been able to believe them from day one.
Somebody says the boys and the oldest one is in specialized foster care. He was having behavior issues. This is according to friends of the Wells. This is from Candace and Don. Well, that's extra people. Friends and Don and Candy.
Was he the oldest boy that was with Don the first TV interview he gave? Was he the
I
oldest?
guess so, dear.
Hmm. Yeah, I was observing his behavior too. Didn't seem normal
Well,
behavior.
first of all, that wasn't a place for a child.
Agree. Yeah. Was he grabbing onto him so tight for? And he was so downcast looking. Some people said the sun might have been in his eyes. Maybe that was it. But it just, I
It
read
wasn't a place
more.
for him. You
I
could chop
agree.
it up 1,000 different ways. What you think was going on with the boy? The point is, you're never going to know. And two, he didn't have no business having him there.
I couldn't agree more.
It's not the place for a child. If you got something you want to say to the news about whatever, what you got him there for? What was he supposed to say? You weren't gonna let him talk no way.
Right.
He didn't talk.
Yeah.
He let the child talk. Hell no, he wasn't gonna let the child talk. That's why I was looking at him like, why you got him there?
Yeah.
Yes, Rand, what do you have to tell me about this scenario? What Pookie and Ray said?
I really believe, because it was from the start, that it was the news that said it. I don't think it was.
I've never heard the news say anything about those children.
I don't have a receipt because they're not going to tell us.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, though. Y'all repeat stuff. I keep telling y'all this. When you repeat stuff, there's people in the chat who barely follow anything. They are going to believe what you're saying. And even if you don't say allegedly or I believe this, somebody going to believe it. That's all I'm saying.
Right. But
I know you said you believe this was going on the beginning. Day one, you wanted me to believe all three.
No, all three started in one place. And then the news said one had been moved. They didn't say anything. However, when one thinks about it, I believe he's very damaged. If you look at the victimology of the situation, and you hear even Dudley said how the oldest one went with him to the job site where they drank and smoked and whatever. And Don took him to Utah. I can put money on the fact that Don was grooming him. But do I approve on that? No, that would be allegedly.
Grooming him for what exactly?
Teaching him essay and whatnot.
Essay, you mean he was touching him or he's teaching him to touch somebody else? What are you saying, Rare?
It could be both. I don't know for sure. I'm sure.
Why in the world would you say that?
Because of the history of SA. People just don't wake up and SA. Okay. At some point, Don was SA'd, and Don is gonna teach his boy that. Don's oldest son SAs, so why would he stop? Don never got help. If Don had gotten help with his issues, Don certainly would have told us. But Don never, ever told us that he got help through this whole thing. When people started talking and whatnot, he admitted to what he did to his relatives years ago. But it is, if you look at the history of SA and abuse, whether it be physical or sexual, it does. It keeps happening unless people get some help and get on a different path. That is from what I saw in my background. I saw a lot of that where I was.
Who done? Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I was just listening. I was listening to what was being said. I can't speak to it because I don't know. And I had I wondered, I thought that Child Protective Services does not divulge who goes where and when and how. I thought that they weren't supposed to.
And my understanding is Don wasn't supposed to speak about the boys. Bingo.
Right. Yeah. And that didn't stop. So
if he knows he's not supposed to speak about the boys, why would he be telling you all who's separated and who ain't?
And Candus has talked about him too. So, just violating left and right. Not taking, not showing much respect for anything that is instructed to them, the instructions they've been given. So I can't say one way or the other. as far as Don and SA, his son is SRO, and well, I don't know much background about that either. So I take it that he's guilty on some place, and children do learn behavior from somewhere when they act out.
Okay. Now somebody's saying they blamed us for being separated. I'm not your problem.
These people have a hard time.
You must be talking about them, the ones you took up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have a hard time accepting responsibility for anything.
Because this is what they've done all their lives, is blame people for things.
Yes.
And now they've got everybody enthralled in their mess, which is taking away from the main thing, which is finding Summer. Finding Summer should be what we are concentrating on, and the safety of those boys. However, we have lost that. And here we got Candace begging for freaking money. I'm freaking done. And people are buying into it. Oh, what's her freaking cash app? Oh, no. She needs to prove to me that she's not in the middle of this. When it's only been since, okay, and what a well-orchestrated story. So, okay, yes, do I think she was in domestic violence? Yes, I do. But I think they both were. I think they probably are that couple that kind of get their jollies off on who's slapping who around. I don't think it's just one way. However, it seems to me, allegedly, the story is trying to be rewritten, where now we're going to have Candace as the victim. Candace didn't know. Oh, I didn't know I shouldn't have boys up here. I didn't know I shouldn't be fingering a 15-year-old. Oh, I didn't know I shouldn't be allowing these kids to do whatever. I didn't know. And that pisses me off. Okay, Candace is a motherfucking adult that's already lost 2 kids, people. Lost 2 kids. One child is allegedly got brain damage. Don't play the fucking boo-boo sympathy card. She had adult choices. Okay, adult choices. That would be to love your child, to protect your child, not to be fucking smacking them and doing drugs and taking fucking TikToks. That motherfucker, she could go get some TikTok fucking whatever. I am pissed off. Yeah,
I can't tell what you actually mean there.
You ready for live part 2? Is you not?
It's the everybody. It's
Stop
like
using YouTubers' names in the chat.
It's the point that okay, I do feel for her. I must say, if I would not have followed this from day effing one, I would have the boo-boo sympathy card. In fact, I had to pull myself in the other day. I'm listening and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, Randy, what are you doing? And it's quite well done. It's like, why is there so much focusing on them? Why are you not finding Summer? If you spent, whoever is helping them, all this time and effort on finding Summer rather than making them look like they're okay, we probably would have found Summer if it was meant to be. But it's not meant to be. That's why we're causing all this crap.
But what wasn't that the point in the first place?
Yes, it appears to be, but nobody sees that. It's like they've taken the focus off that. They keep.
Well, this is how I look at it, and this is not the way it should be looked at. But I'm a realist. That's why a lot of people can't jive with me, because I don't shuck and duck stuff around. The child was never cared for in the first place. So
no.
Somebody thought, because you're talking about it on YouTube, Facebook, that it meant something important, that the people were supposed to care for the child and hearing the story. But to me, it looks like most of the people commenting, you're just as jacked up as Candace and Don.
Yes. A to the man.
Bullshit about I care for the kid. No, you don't.
No.
You can look at the comments. You can look at the way the YouTubers talk.
Yes.
The stuff they've been doing. How you gonna say you care for a kid? You don't care for that little girl.
No, they only started
just like Don and Candace.
She's been gone almost 8 months now. And this is the first freaking time I ever saw any emotion. I mean, it's been 6 months since we saw a tear from Don, and
her
his
getting up leaving, that's bullshit. 'Cause that's the same stunt she pulled with
yes,
Dr. Phil. She going on this retard's live and getting up, talking about somebody they want to get up and end the stream. Oh, how convenient! You always running away.
Mm-hmm.
yes. And she could get an Academy Award. She might want to look into acting with her little fucking turn on tears that she's got going
Well,
there.
crocodile tears. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know that. I know it.
All
We all
that.
know that.
Yeah,
It's
she knows how to pull them on.
She knows how
Yes.
to act. We heard that on her phone call to Mary about him being
Yes.
arrested. You know, all of that crying and tears and carrying on.
Yes.
Queen, I love the point that you made about Don and Candace, particularly lately, Candace asking for money before June 15th.
Exactly.
Why weren't they asking for money then if they, really needed
you're in
money?
such bad shape because we've already seen how you live.
Mm-hmm.
So you weren't doing that good before June 15th.
Yeah, you needed some help before.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. But no,
Yes.
now please help us. Please help me up here on the Castle Hill. All by myself.
Yeah, and if they didn't need the money, then why the hell weren't you putting money to the side? You knew something bad was going to occur to you. Instead of going and buying your freaking meth, your cigarettes, and your fucking whiskey, you should have been putting a savings account to the side.
Yeah.
Hold on. Messed up something. Need to unblock somebody. Hitting these people by mistake.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I can drop back down. I just wanted to.
Don't stop
Sure,
now. you rant. You ranting, girl.
I'm so upset because
I know
it's
you
like
are.
I can't believe that people are buying this bullshit. I mean, God, I just can't.
Well, you have to. I think you're looking through rational eyes. You're thinking with your mind. You're doing some real thinking in reality, in real time, and most of the people who are buying into that are not rational to start with. So you can't. I'd said it before. You can't take people who are just totally into nonsense and drama and being unreasonable and saying every possible thing that pops in their mind. You can't take these people and consider them normal, rational human beings. You can't figure that out why they act the way they do. That's just who they are. They don't know how to act any other way.
Right. And that's true. And I'm telling you, a lot of people don't get, like, I remember listening to a good another creator that said once he heard about the sisters, that changed the whole story. And it does. Everybody can say what they want. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am prior law enforcement. And Don went along and never said anything. You don't just wake up and not stop touching children if that is something that you did in the past, unless you get help. Okay.
Yeah.
I fully believe if Don would have gotten help, he would have shared that shit. He would have gladly on Dr. Phil said, I did this, blah, 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 and I've got this help. He didn't do that. Yeah. Then you're coming and telling me, and I don't have an issue with co-sleeping or co-showering. However, let's look at that picture. Let's look at the picture and look at the past victims. That says a lot to me. I don't care how many years were in between. Notices the children that he's lost, the older ones, they're not coming to his defense and saying, oh, I remember him being, we had issues, but what a great dad. And they haven't said that shit,
True.
I'm going to, let me say this to everybody in the chat. We already know who we're talking about as far as her and the Grandus going over to the content creators channel. Do not mention their name in the chat. People feed off the name and people will start talking about the person and keep mentioning their name. I don't want their name mentioned in the chat because I don't want the drama. We already know who we're speaking of. We know where they went and gave the message. So you don't have to mention their name.
No, and that person,
because I don't want that. I don't want that drama because I'm sick of his ass and I'm sick of him coming up here with all that nigger shit. I know it's him. I'm not what you want.
Yeah.
No.
What you want.
And he can't even tell you the timeline. Okay. If you're I'm just going to say, if you're a victim's advocate, you would know the whole timeline. You would be able to break it down to me and explain to me where the effing flaws are that we have pointed out ourselves. He cannot tell you. There's parts of that.
He can't tell you anything because he wasn't there. Nobody was there but those people.
No, and he doesn't want to take the time. He just wants to be like, "Oh, I'm a victim's advocate, and I fully believe the longer I stretch this out, the more effing money I will get."
Well, and not only that, but it draws.
Could that be what is the issue here at hand? That this child went missing for sympathy money thereafter the fact. Could this be what this grand scheme was? Besides just offering the child, selling the child, whatever you want to believe, it is to get funds, to get help. We're in a bad situation. She's shown her home, what it looks like, and there you have. It's no problem, Avery. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, but when you start mentioning people's names, people feed off the names when you drop them, and they won't stop talking about them. Then here comes all the mudslinging about what Pookie said, didn't do. I just don't want it in the chat. You can give your opinion pertaining to the people. Just don't mention the creator's name. They're not about to get 5 minutes off my channel. Not now, not never.
Not that Queen can't take care of herself, but it also draws the wrong kind of people
it draws
to
drama
this
in.
channel.
When you mention her name, it draws drama because somebody's going to go out of the chat and carry the bone.
Yes.
This is what they say over at Everyday Shenanigans house.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the problem with this case. Well, it's not just this case, but yes, that's the problem because they get sucked in, and people need to do their homework on their creators. I'm not saying anybody.
I'm glad you said that because it is time for you all to own your part as chat members to stop carrying bones from channel to channel. Stop repeating what Pookie said, Ray said, and then when they fail you, I'm gonna call your ass out now. When they fail you, you go run to another creator and you talk about them like a dog.
Yes.
That is part of the reason why all the bullshit keeps stirring up amongst tubers. Because some of you in the chat, you're guilty. You're feeding off the drama. You carry a bone from chat to chat. I watched you. You carry a bone from place to place. And then, when they do something you don't like, you go run right back over here where you was, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Yeah, we calling a spade tonight.
Yeah.
How's that right?
Truth telling tonight.
Oh, I heard what they said about you. Okay, well, you heard what they said about me. Well, why you over here? Oh, I resubscribed. You resubscribed, so you think you're doing me a favor? You're not doing me a favor because you don't know me. You don't like what I'm saying, but you don't know me. It's a difference. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. No. I didn't ask you to agree with what I'm saying. This is a commentary channel. This is not even a true crime channel. Let me make that clear.
Yeah, opinions are not necessarily, go run and say somebody expressed their opinion and report it as fact what they said. You have to kind of parse between the two. I give my opinion at times, but that doesn't mean that it's based on facts. It's just my thoughts, what I think.
And the people get mad at the YouTuber. Mm-hmm. The people in the store, such as Don and Candy, get mad at the YouTuber. Then they turn on the YouTuber. Then they go find another YouTuber. That's the same thing the chat members do. They don't like something the YouTuber say. Then they go run over here, carry a bone over there. Then when that YouTuber say something they don't like, then they go run back to another YouTuber's chat, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a wicked game of tennis.
And I have to say this, even though you're not true crime, you're like one of the most freaking true crime people because you require receipts.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of these people just blow crap out their butts and they do just what you're saying. Oh, I saw that in so-and-so's chat. So then they tell another creator, And before you know it, it's all around the freaking world. And it's bullshit that someone freaking pulled out of their hiney.
But
Yes,
who do you think they
and that's
come
why-
for? They come for
That's why
Queen.
I'm not getting ready to say who said what, who did what. I watch what other channels bring up. If I want to play their content, I choose to. But I always know that in a story, it is somebody's version. No matter who is spinning it, it's still somebody's version. And
Right.
I don't know if it's the truth or not. And I don't put my stamp on nothing that's being said.
See,
And that's why a lot of people
Correct.
don't like my content, because I won't put my stamp on the gossip. In the end, it's all gossip.
Yes.
Until
And
you can bring a
speculate.
receipt, it's gossip. I don't give a damn about what you heard about a kid over here, who did what, who went to New York, who rode in the trunk, who stayed at the house, who smoked a marijuana joint. It's still he said and she said. Until somebody brings a receipt. Ain't you that figured out June 15th is he said, she said.
And if anybody's been really listening to some of these other creators, they just don't even, they haven't even, some of them don't even know the freaking timeline. They don't even know what the truth is. If you knew what the truth was and you started from the beginning, you would see all the flaws. You would see, I'm not asking anybody to be
Really, I
perfect.
think a lot of people would probably just say,
No.
woo, we probably even shouldn't be talking about these folks. When you sit and really think about it, if we really knew the truth, it would probably be horrendous.
Yes.
Amen to that. It
Yes.
probably would be.
Because
You wouldn't be
I
able to
pray to
stomach.
God those boys never go back. I really do, because I just can't see the help being there. You lost 2 of your children years ago. That's 4 kids between the 2 of them that were actually gone. How are you going to make this better now? I am worried about those boys, and I am worried about what they saw in their past and what they have done, period.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that, because like Queen said, they have had ample time to straighten up, fly right, but they wasted it. So it's obvious they didn't do
Don't you think
anything to
those
get
people
those
have?
boys
Don't
back.
you think those people have probably said something to Candace and Don, like, well, you know, we're inching on month 4, we're inching on month 5, we're inching on month 6. You understand what I'm saying? How many months you gonna keep going and you still don't have your children back? So I keep trying to tell people the state is not getting ready to coddle Don and Candace, and they hear things as well. So I'm not getting ready to chase you down about following a class or drying out or going to rehab or staying out of the trouble with the law. That's on you. Those your kids, they not mine. I just work for the state. I don't have to care. I got other people I can be concerned with and non-concerned with. You, I don't have to be concerned with.
When all those boys, when the children were all out of the house, the first thing you should have been freaking doing is, while still hunting for Sunder, which you never did, and freaking getting dry, Mother Humper. What made you fucking think it was okay to go on Pookie Ray's freaking site?
Well, where did you get that word from? Mother Humper.
I don't know. I can't figure out what she's referring to. I don't get the reference.
Mother Humper. You Mother Humper. You. I got to use that to keep from cussing. You Mother Humper. What? Dang.
Oh.
Shut up, Satan.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry.
Rand, let me ask you something. Did you listen to the live again last night?
The one with you, yeah. I mean,
I said, Did you go listen to it by yourself alone?
No, I did not. I did not.
Oh, so you have not went and replayed, is what I'm asking you.
No, I have not.
You should go back and listen to it.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Hysterical. That was a great
Did I say
live
Right in the
last
chat.
Did I do something bad?
No.
I'm just saying you should go back and listen to it.
You're going to YouTube jail, girl. No, it was hilarious.
And what is that exactly?
I'm not sure.
The hell is YouTube jail? This is YouTube jail. Doing this is YouTube jail.
Throw away the
What are you
keys.
talking about?
I remember how angry I was. I just try to keep it real. I really do. I mean,
kind of like how you is now. You probably a little more crunk now than you was last night.
Yes.
You've been thinking about it all day. Yeah.
Yes.
You
I know.
seem
You know
upset.
what? And
She been
you're
thinking about
right.
that. She been thinking about that ice cream. Shut
I
up,
think
man.
so. Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about that reference. Yeah. Woo. Okay.
Hey Rex, how you doing? Crystal. Uh,
So Candusrella, Candusrella, I love your
that's
reference.
your name.
I
Y'all
think.
think who done it for that name?
Do you think she
You
lost
say it
her?
better than I do. I couldn't even get it out.
Well, I liked either way, Candurella or Candusrella. It fits.
Sounds kind of nice, Candusrella or Jose.
Do you think she lost her glass? Listen, do you think she lost her glass flip flop at the ball on the hill, at the
You know
castle on the hill? Ain't no prince coming for it.
Who done it?
Mhm.
I don't think she ever had a glass slipper. Now, if you're talking a effing rubber,
I can't see them wide ass feet in no slipper.
No, no.
What? Hey, Nate, ain't no way them wide good foots. Nobody slippers.
I see a vinyl flip flop.
Somebody sounds like a virus.
Yeah.
Candusrella had Corvina.
She's not going to the ball.
All I know is somebody better stop Putin or something, because there ain't gonna be no vodka in the U.S. Y'all ain't thought about that, did you?
Oh, whoa! Say
That's
now.
that should be my next line. What y'all gonna do without the liquor?
Ooh.
Y'all better stay woke, all you drinkers.
That's a sad thing right there.
A little vodka.
That's worth fighting for. I may go join the Ukrainian
It's gonna
army.
be brown. Look, when you go to the bar this year, sir, what would you like? I'd like to have a martini.
Sorry.
Rock on the rocks.
Sorry.
Crown. Sure.
No, sir.
You got to get no vodka.
I'm imagining Candace actually as a hobbit.
Please stop.
Yes, I can see that now. Freaking glass flipper, I can't see. Hobbit,
I was trying to play nice.
Oh, well, yes.
I'm done.
Okay, well, we'll get nice again. We'll sweeten up. I'll sweeten up.
I just want to see in a dress.
But you know what? In some of those earlier things, she was in a dress.
I didn't look that far back.
Yeah, she actually at one point. I mean, never. Okay. My opinion, she's never been overly gorgeous, but you know,
allegedly.
Yes, allegedly, but you know, she was decent looking with her hair longer and actually a effing.
Well, I thought she looked better with the longer hair. Excuse me, the longer hair myself. The longer hair gives her a little better of an appeal as a female, I think.
Well, it's a point of doing something with yourself, even if she like. I have really short hair, but I got some earrings in, okay? I ain't trying to look like no boy. I want some penis. I don't want no vajayjay, okay? With the way she carries herself.
What is all this?
These references.
Last night, ma'am.
Have you gone off the reservation, Randy?
I think, look,
Did she
jumped
jump
down.
off?
Look at her. She done been over there.
She ran
been over there snooping on that other little Truth Seeking Light channel.
I think she's sipping a little this evening. Sipping and slipping.
If you'd like
goodness.
to hit the link, join us, give your opinion pertaining to Grandus speaking, thanking everyone, blah, blah, blah. Thanking why? Why now? Let's talk about that. Why now come out 5 months later to thank somebody for helping her daughter? I think that's bullshit. I think that is so crass considering how many months have gone by that one, no arrests, no signs of the child alive or deceased. You never spoke up day one with your daughter and husband. You took off, allegedly, went out of town, allegedly, came back here recently. Now you're up on the mountain with a little longer hair. Your daughter growing her hair out. What the hell is going on up there?
Maybe they've got somebody, image maker on site.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, an image maker.
Well, I want you all to give your opinion about why Grandus all of a sudden now wants to give her opinion on somebody's live about thanking them for helping her child.
Too little, too late.
Okay.
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late. And I'm sure it's part of their their media person. Like, oh, you've got to start coming in and doing this.
Well,
you know, and now that
I'm gonna ask each one of you this: do you think Candace is happy to be free by herself at that house?
I'll say yes, for the most part. She may be lonely. It may be a difficult time just because there's nobody around to, to party with, get messed up with. But I think probably she's a bit relieved that she doesn't have to be controlled every minute of every single day by him.
And I am going to agree. I think it's going to be a new learning experience. And like I said, I do think she was a victim. But done with that. I'm done. You need to be looking for freaking Summer.
Yeah, I think they both overplayed their hand with the victimhood thing. That's,
yes.
I can't buy that. Your daughter is missing. This is who gets the sympathy. This who gets the prayers and the love of a growing public interested in that child, and they have stolen every moment for themselves, every chance they have gotten. It is all about them, never about her. She can give, pay lip service and everything else. Yes, I miss my child. I don't know what I do. Now that Summer's gone, you can say anything you want to pretend you really ever cared.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that doesn't make it true.
Yeah. And especially now, you didn't say these things until people started pointing out. Just like I still remember Don saying from the get-go, well, what if they got this guy? Well, I don't know. Prison can kill a person. Mother humper. Now you'd kill him. Yeah, because that is the correct thing to say. But you didn't say that in the beginning. You did not say that. Okay, who says that? Who in their right mind says, well, I don't know, prison might kill a guy? Who says that? That's your daughter. That's your daughter.
Yeah.
I know. I'm on my box again. I'm sorry.
Girl. Hold on now.
I'm like Sadie Kathy. Don't pull that string. Don't push that button.
I'll have to fasten my seatbelt in a minute. Just keep me in the chair here for you.
Well, it's just so annoying to see people, different groups. Oh, Candace. Oh, yeah. Let me put her Cash App up here. Mother Humper.
Yeah.
She has lost. Okay. How many kids now? In total, really, because the 3 boys are in freaking foster care. You lost Summer, wherever Summer is. And then and we all have suspicions on that. And you have 2 grown-ass kids that you lost total control of. Yeah. But we're going to feel sorry for Candace.
Yeah. Well, that's what they have played all their lives. That is all they know to do when they're in trouble is poor me. I got myself in trouble, but poor me. My daughter's gone, poor me. It's just always poor me. That's all they've ever known to do when the going gets rough, or anytime before breakfast. It's just waking up thinking poor me.
Yes,
my life is so bad. How did I get here? Yeah.
As you define the last day, as you're saying, and as an adult man, oh, my hand ran across my daughter's chest. I so remember that.
Oh my God.
And he said that. And I was so proud of her. She was growing into such a young lady. Mother Humper, you're talking about your 5-year-old daughter.
Yes.
Who uses those words to define your 5-year-old daughter?
Well, I have a theory. Allegedly, I'm speaking my own opinion. Don't quote me. Don romanticizes females. That's all he knows how to relate to a female is to somehow romanticize. Like he doesn't know fatherly love for a child. He doesn't know the difference.
No, I agree.
So he's, living a slightly misguided reality there. No, well, more than slightly, but just a distortion of reality. He doesn't. Yeah. He has to objectify and then romanticize.
Yes, and especially a younger.
Romanticizing what now?
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Queen?
What is he romanticizing?
We're talking. She made a reference to how he referenced, how Don referenced. Oh hell, what am I trying to say?
The child.
How he related to Summer, and I was making the point that he romanticized it because he doesn't know the different kinds of love. He doesn't know a fatherly love for a child or a husband toward a wife. He has to romanticize it, objectify it, and then romanticize it somehow, because he made some reference
Well,
to.
Carolyn says he knows the difference. He has a preference as an essayer. Wow. Ooh, mercy. That kind of cut me down.
Well, that's that's
That's
an
true.
interesting point.
Look, I believe I'm bleeding.
Uh-oh. Do you need a stitch?
Calling on nurses.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's true, though. If you look at, I'm going to go back to, I know, but victimology, that is his group right there.
Yeah.
That is what he'd be interested in, as sick as that is. I'm just saying, allegedly, but that is a fact. If people go back and you look at the history
Very
of
true, 63. Very true.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish.
that was it.
63 has a very valid point. When the truth comes out, those who've been donating and rallying, I think a lot of people will realize I made a fool out of myself.
Well, it sure is. Their money's slow on the uptake.
He has to make his wrong feel right so he doesn't feel guilty.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
Well said, Crystal. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I watch everything. What you say, how you act, how you look, all that. I'm gonna watch all that. Could I be wrong in my assumptions? Of course. But when you let time go by and you don't get anything from law enforcement, and only thing you get in exchange are the family members acting a donkey's ass, you're telling me everything I need to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you all something that Black folks say about death. That's when, make sure you catch what I just said. In death is when the truth comes out about the people. Stay woke. In death is when you see what people are made of. People could be getting along until mama dies.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy dies. Now we're arguing over a car, bank account, dining room table. Who's going to get the house? Especially if they didn't leave a will. Stay woke. So look at how these people are acting, and we don't even have a body. See, they're telling on themselves.
Yes.
But people who are of like minds can't see that, because what they see are themselves in the wells. That's why they're empathizers.
Yes.
100.
Because too many months have gone by for anybody, to me, lucid and sane, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, to still be rallying for them. Too much time's gone by to say, hey, they're innocent. I don't believe. It would have to take a miracle for me to believe they had nothing to do with that child's disappearance, because their behavior tells me otherwise. If you didn't behave the way you behave, I might could say, well, maybe they're telling the truth. Maybe somebody did kidnap their kid. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because the way you acted day one, and then the TBI saying usually within a few days we have something.
Yes.
That told me everything I needed to know before all this other buffoonery jumped off. TBI told you. We've been doing this, baby. We got our stars. We know about missing people. That's what we're trying to do. So let us do our job.
You're right on point.
Our job is that we don't got nothing.
Yes.
So now 8 months later, we ought to still believe they've got nothing. So think about that. Do they have something, but they can't tell us because it ain't ironclad enough to reveal?
That's an excellent point.
Yes. Yes.
You say yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Both of you say yes?
Yes. Because they can't give out anything if it's only like they're still trying to build and they need that last domino piece, they can't afford to release it because of look at all the crap that's already going on. Somebody
That's
would
my
mess up
point.
the.
It's too odd
Yes.
to behave this way with a missing child when we know what I just said. Stay woke. This is how people act when folks are already dead.
Who says on the first freaking, what was that? The first freaking thing, I'll see her in the resurrection. Unless you know something. Who says that? I watch a lot of missing kids. I love kids.
Because that means you lost hope early on.
Yes.
Yeah, you already know.
If you lost hope within, let's just keep it real. If you lost hope within a few days to a week about your child, then that makes me wonder, did you ever care for your child, or you behind her disappearance? Because as I say, when you give your commentary, your opinion, it's a flip of the coin. An outsider over here could say, well, maybe he just realized the statistics of children going missing at that age, that possibly she is dead. Hello, how you doing, Scooter? Welcome, pal. Maybe the person said, well, he knows the statistics of children missing. He just said, well, I don't think I'm going to get her back because I know the stats of children missing and gone 3 days, 7 days, 9 days, but you're never supposed to speak it. That's fucked up.
Right.
Yes.
But because it came right off the top of his head, first response to the question that the interviewer asked him, that right there, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. I thought, you've accepted this fact that she's dead right now. You don't believe it. And then in the interview that he did, both Candace and Don did together, he made this statement. Well, don't want to believe that she's dead. And if you see if you went back and watched that, Candace turned to him with a look on her face like, what are you saying? As if you need to shut up, because she gave him a look right then and there that was very telling to me.
Yes, I agree with you.
So they've been telling us all along, Queen, you're absolutely right. Anybody who's watched it, they've just been telling off on themselves every time they've made any appearance. So,
right. And the behavior is asinine.
Very.
When you look at all the people you've seen missing as of late, and it comes up in the YouTube queue, and you watch the family members talking and this and that, you haven't seen any of those people on YouTube.
No.
And not only that, but when you see them, they haven't lost hope. They are full of hope. They are pleading for that child
till the very end.
Right. They will.
Because what they're thinking in their head, they know I best not speak that to the camera.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
How would that look? I'm telling the world, I think my child, my mama, my cousin's dead.
Right. It's so self-incriminating to say that sentence. They're too ignorant to know better than, to not say certain things. But this is the most atypical case I've ever witnessed.
It's the weirdest. Let me tell you something. This case to me is just like Cal City. It is the most bizarre case of people involved in the story that are so ratchet.
Yes.
I have seen so many cases since I've been above this ground where the family does not behave like this.
From the get.
Gutter.
Right.
These are some gutter folks.
If they had spent any time with online or in front of a camera looking for news cameras, you made that point the other night. They weren't seeking out news to plead again and again. They turned to YouTube, right, and just soaked up all the attention they were getting.
Same thing. The only difference between this case and Cal City is that Trezell and Jackie never talked, but they didn't do shit. Over here, they talk, but ain't doing shit.
Right. Exactly.
They didn't search, didn't help with the search, didn't go out here with flyers. Same thing with Cal City. Didn't help, didn't search, weren't visible, and they kept that mouth closed because you know what they said? That's how they're different than the whales. We ain't about to give you nothing after day one.
Right.
You're going to have to find them babies.
Yeah, you're going to have to work.
You're not going to get nothing off this tongue. I ain't getting ready to talk to nobody on Messenger. We ain't going to meet at Starbucks. Ain't nobody going to go to YouTube and say, I said a damn thing. You understand?
Well, and if you're what we're watching is I didn't see any kind of they were not distraught like typical parents. Donna Candace
Like
weren't.
this.
No.
Just
Good morning.
yeah.
At 5:05, the sun rose.
Uh-huh.
At
Right.
6:06, I let the dog out.
Yeah. No
At
passion at
6:30,
all. Yeah.
I made
Yes.
toast.
Yes.
7:00, I turned on YouTube.
And at 8 o'clock I was begging for money.
She asked Grandma for a piece of candy.
Oh,
Yeah.
she washed her hands first.
Oh
and
yeah, we went in
then,
to wash our
That
hands.
was
yeah.
so orchestrated.
Yeah.
yeah.
It
I
was so
said to myself, if you don't get out that dope, little girl, you
mhm.
doped up with this version.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
are so obvious.
It was
Well,
sing
and that
songy.
that poor little girl was so dirty in any video you saw. And when I keep hearing her go, we went in and we washed our hands, and then Granny gave her a
I
piece
gotta
of
see,
Piece of
but she's
candy.
articulating her voice to make it sound believable.
Yes.
Just like we heard. I did this at this
Yes.
time. Like you're trying to make yourself
Yes.
believe what you're saying.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
like really she's thinking aloud
Yeah.
Yes.
to make sure she don't mess it up. I caught that.
Yeah, I did too.
I did too.
Especially when she was
Yes.
talking about she went over to the house within 2 minutes. And
Yes.
where's Summer? She's downstairs, Mom. You know, to playing with her toys.
Mhm.
Like it sounded so
All that,
that
like
voice
Brady
register
Bunch
went
talk.
up.
Like
Her-
Brady Bunch talk.
Yeah.
First of all,
Exactly. So
Granny, there's,
innocent.
there's no reason Granny couldn't adjust that mother hump and brace herself. And second of all, 2 minutes, that bitch couldn't move fucking that fast to get from one door to the other. I'm sorry.
Oh, mama.
Her glass slipper would have broke on the way.
Well,
Mhm.
who want to wear glass slippers up a scaffold? Shut up, Queen.
Oh, that's where it broke. That's where it left it.
Darn, my heel broke.
Oh, darling, I'll get it for you.
Baby.
The
Yeah.
picture they painted of their happy
When
little
I
family.
let me tell you something. When
Yeah.
I saw those stairs, I just
Yeah.
shook my head.
Oh,
and said,
didn't you just get the creep?
how in the world have these people been living? What in God's name is going on? I'm telling you, they let Chris Madonna make a fool out of them, and I don't care what nobody say. That's my
Mhm.
opinion. You let Chris Madonna take you all the way to the bottom because there's no way in hell I'd have took that man to my damn house.
No,
No.
no way. Mm-mm. I thought I was gonna.
You gave Chris Madonna material for his channel, and you also gave the world something to talk about on YouTube. You did that because nobody
Yeah.
told you to let that man in your fucking house.
That's right.
Yeah.
She invited him. They didn't. There was no gun to her fucking head.
Yeah. No, she didn't. She's not smart enough to know. Don probably crawled all over her for letting him come in the house or on the
I'd have never
property.
done that.
Period. You know.
I would have never let that man come in my house to film.
Mhm.
I'd have never let the news come up and film my house. I would have not wanted anyone to see that house. The only people that would have known what that house looked like were the police, FBI. That's it.
And
Yeah.
Pookie Ray Ray, who's always been up there.
Uh-huh.
And no bathroom door. I mean, come on, folks. Come on. These people, I don't know how you can sympathize with them. How can anybody in their God-given right sympathize with them?
Somebody with an even mindset.
Yes, it's the same. It goes right back to the same.
I
thing.
live like
They're
them. I
like
think
them.
like them. I act like them. I've been locked up. I've been in trouble with the law. I haven't redeemed myself. I still get high. I still get crunk. I still get drunk. I've messed up with my own kids. I am Candace and Don.
Yeah, it's going to make you
Yeah.
a sympathizer with them if you've lived like they have and gone through.
Well,
You know,
And talking about it, I get it, because both of them have been to jail. And in jail, you ain't got no toilet privacy. So maybe that was the whole thing with the toilet, with the no door. Well, I had this in prison, so
Well, yeah.
I don't need a door here either.
yeah,
Lady Snoop, yes, they thought they were smarter than the rest of us. But my thing is,
yes,
the rest of us are not the ones you should have been concerned with. It's law enforcement.
right.
So,
You can fool some of the people some of the time,
see,
but not all the people all the time.
before YouTuber ever picked up the story law enforcement was your first person to correspond with.
Right.
And that's who you should have been most concerned with.
And
Yes.
the only channel you should have gone through.
Yes.
Thank you, Snoop. Yeah, I wouldn't want the YouTubers. It's not to say that it's nothing wrong with a YouTuber, reaching out to you to get information, but it's really common sense. This was not the right people.
No, if you're only giving
These were not the
information
right
to
people.
YouTubers, that I
But
find
you
that
wouldn't know that
suspicious.
reaching out, though. See,
Right. Yeah.
these were the worst people to ever contact for a story.
It
They have made
was.
a mockery. They have made a mockery out of their child and children's names.
Yes,
Yes.
they have. Yes, they have.
However, if you don't want her found, he's done the right thing. He's just freaking, I don't know, pissed in the soup bowl. I mean, he
Well, if
has.
that's the case, then, well, if you feel like that, then where is she then, Rand?
I can't answer that because he's raised all this. He has caused all this disruption. Who knows how many times?
I'm just asking you. With all that's been said and done, this narrative spun on purpose, which looks like an orchestrated disappearance. Where is she?
I have no idea. I know it was orchestrated.
Gypsy says, I still don't know why they called 911. That's a very good question, Gypsy. Because when you look at all that's happened, you were probably safer never calling 911 and letting the chips fall where they may. Such as when people inquired, you could have lied. Where is Summer? Oh, she's up in New York with a friend, family. Stay woke.
Yeah, Utah.
People do it all the time.
Yeah.
You could have broke away from the church quietly and nobody would have known nothing. You're back in the holler. No witnesses, no nothing, no cameras.
Right.
See, they really are dumb.
Yes.
Yeah. They
could have hidden Summer. They could have hidden Summer forever without anybody ever knowing what happened to her.
So true.
Yes.
1,000 ways to do
Gypsy,
that.
for that. Why did you call 911? That's a very good point.
Why did they both call 911? I mean, you already told.
That's why you know it's orchestrated. Both.
Yeah.
Two of us don't need to call 911. It don't take one person to call to say, "Hey, my child is missing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both telling the same. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure that I allegedly, I bet she was drunk off or high off her ass. And so when she called him through this orchestration, he decided he better call too, just to make sure the words
But in
came
the end,
out.
it doesn't matter. Those people are still going to need to talk to you.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter who called.
Yes.
Let me speak to who was with the child last.
That's always the first place to
So
look.
it don't matter if one of the boys called, where's your mother?
Yes.
Yep.
I need to speak to your mother.
Yes.
Don probably got pushed to the side off the top. Sir, where you been? At work? Okay, will you step over there?
Yes.
I want to speak to the head knocker.
And on the scene that night, why not separate and get the story separately from each one? Although they already had their story together, but just to see how they would tell it. They never separated them to talk to them that night that Summer went missing that day. I never understood
Somebody
that.
says that's why I believe Summer's alive. What information have you seen to allude to the fact the child's alive? I'd like to know. And if she's alive where? As I've told people, when you speak and say, I hope she's with some good people, think about what the hell you're saying.
Yeah.
She wasn't with good people where she was. So you want me to believe they knew some good people to take her in? And then those people are going to do what with her then? Hide her out? For what reason? You want a child, then you walk around with her. And then you wouldn't have had no reason to file a report that she's missing. Stay woke.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and if that happened and then everything gets put into international news, what are you going to do about
somebody
trying
says,
to, hide the
Trito,
child?
whoever tried, or I don't know how to say your name, it's just as likely she's alive as much as she is passed. Well, bring me a receipt and I'll think about it.
But for the behavior of the parents,
Don't you think they would have phone logs to show you calling somebody if you handed your child off to somebody? Because most people are still not clever enough to use a burner phone to make those type of transactions. Because when you're in a hurry doing something, you don't think of everything.
That's correct.
So you're going to call those people, whoever they are. Whether you selling her, bartering her, whatever, loaning her out. There are no receipts that say she passed. Well, I'm going by TBI. And I'm going by stats pertaining to children under the age of 10. That's how I base my theory.
They're not good.
Thank you, Carolyn. No. Statistics show more likely passed than alive. Amen.
Yes.
Typically within the first 3 hours.
Yes.
Statistically.
Well, Aries, I don't know. People do weird things, honey. Well, let me tell you something. I don't argue with people. Well, y'all are awfully quiet.
Well, I was just pondering what you said. I was pondering.
Me too. It's true, though. I mean, I don't have any receipts that she's alive either. But when you look at how her parents acted, it speaks volumes.
As a Tennessee social worker told me a few months ago, 9 times out of 10, they hurt her and got rid of her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I do.
That's what I would think.
Yep.
Because only a fool holding her will be holding her, knowing her name is plastered everywhere on the news and billboards. Hell, I got to get rid of this kid or turn her in some kind of way. Yeah. I don't want to be caught with her.
Yeah, she's a hot property at that point. That's too complicated.
Honey, what TV show you watching? This real life over here.
Yes.
I don't deal in make believe. You're at risk holding somewhere else. Her parents reported her missing. So you're going to hold her and do what with her and she's missing? You can never take her outside. She can't never play outside. She can't never go to school. So what you going to do with a child in your house? You're going to hold her hostage in the house if you are such a good person. You're going to keep this child in your house and do what with her? And do what with her? Since she's alive, how long you gonna keep her alive in the house and she don't ever go outside?
And what is she doing if she's alive? I assure you, she's not.
And who got her if she's alive? Because it can't be the one or the other. So see, that's why I said people don't think when they talk.
No, everybody
got her alive, but you're doing what with her? Just saying, what are you doing with her? Because she can't come outside. So how long are you going to keep her inside? And it's not saying that people haven't done it, because they have. Kidnapped people and held them hostage in rooms, sheds, whatever. But how long do you think that lasts?
You know, I can understand the phenomenon that people are so attached to Summer, they and have so much sympathy, they need to believe or would prefer to believe that she is alive. I can understand that, but I couldn't state it as fact.
When I look at how, as I said,
yeah,
because I'm going to say this to somebody, damn, understand what the hell I'm saying. If she is alive,
yeah,
would you trust the people that got her?
Not among the people they know.
I'm going to answer that Jeopardy question, okay? No. If she were freaking in a house, she's going to be being abused. She's going to be somebody's toy. It's not like they're going to love her.
What are the odds she would be right now living in a house, in a mansion, 6,000 square feet, running water, marble tile floors? Stay woke. Would that person who's living a good, wholesome life want to take a child that they got to hide out in their house?
No. I think when people look at Summer, because she has those beautiful little eyes and that beautiful little smile.
That has nothing to do with being sold.
No, we want the best for her, but
no matter
in
how
reality,
she look,
she is not.
Are,
yes, she's
she
dead.
ain't been given or sold to a nice person.
No. It is sad. Sad.
You have to start with they didn't care about their children, certainly didn't care about Summer, and go from there.
Yes. So why would you think all of a sudden somebody woke up and said, well, I'm sick of being with this little girl. Let me find a nice Christian family to give her to. And then I'm going to go call 911 and say she's missing. Well, that makes fucking sense.
No.
And then they see her missing. Well, why they say that and let me have custody of her, let me keep her or whatever? Then they going to go to the police and say, hey, we got this little girl. The family said she could stay with us. They had hardships, whatever. La-di-da. Come on. Stop the foolishness. Excuse me. No decent person gonna take your child in and then see your child up there on a missing Amber Alert and not have sense enough to go call the police and say, oh, hell no, they ain't get me wrapped up in no kidnapping charge. Let me go tell the folks I got this little girl and her parents gave her to me.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. 100.
Any decent person would want her to be found, and any decent person would immediately go to law enforcement.
Yes.
But I don't think they know any decent people.
No.
Not well enough to entrust them with their child.
She ain't with no decent person.
Right.
No.
If she is alive right now, let me say this to this nut in the chat. If she's alive, she ain't with a decent person.
Ooh. And that's a hard saying, but I have to agree with you. It's just facing that is a tough thing for people, and I understand why it is. But you have to think beyond.
Yes, Eric. You adopt a child the legal way. You're not going to take no child off no strangers because you don't know them and you don't know what scam they might be trying to run with giving you the child or selling the child to you. You'll be a fool to take the child even if you paid for it. You don't know how that's going to boomerang back on you.
Yes.
Correct. Because then Don Wells, good and well, he'd say these people kidnapped my child.
Yes.
After he's already spent the money,
Yes, exactly.
Well, let's talk about where this is going. Because a new month is on the horizon.
Yeah.
Here in another week. I cannot believe it'll be March.
I know.
It's depressing.
It is.
Where is this going?
Month 9, month 10, month 11.
Where is it going?
We keep waiting for somebody to crack, and it just might not ever happen. And if law enforcement is, looking for that missing piece to the puzzle, that might not ever happen. I hate to say those things, but, reality might just lead us nowhere.
I told myself by the time fall, I guess when fall arrived, I said, this ain't good.
Right.
And I said, I know damn well these two stinking motherfuckers ain't outwitted law officials. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
dumb as they are.
Because they're stupid enough to go to YouTube. They didn't have the sense like Jacqueline and Trezell see to stay quiet. So what I'm looking at is you bold enough to rub the noses of the law officials and the public, knowing you got rid of your child. And 9 times out of 10, Summer's not alive.
Yes.
More than likely, she's not alive. So now you rubbing the people's noses in it.
Yes.
Making a mockery out of your baby, your children, running to YouTube like you're a fucking rock star. Well, what you rocking now in Hawkins County Jail?
Yeah.
Yes.
At least that much is done. That's about all we've gotten out of it is he's in jail for a period of time.
That's it. That ain't gonna last long.
No.
Nope.
And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be the clincher. Summertime, bathing suits, margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
Children ain't back with them. Stay woke.
Yeah. I don't ever see that happening. Those, they're not going back. They're not going to get them back. They're going to let the time run out and the state
Want to do a
gets them.
poll? Want to do a poll?
Sure.
Who got the yes? Who got the no's?
I'll take the yes.
Okay. Rand, can you do the no's? Or no?
I have to jump out. I have an Android. I can't see chat from here.
Okay, well, just jump out and get a piece of paper, whatever way you want to do it.
Okay.
You ready? Who done it?
Ready.
Will the children be back with the Wells?
I can't count those two
Or
yeses.
is it already a done deal? Yes or no?
Yeah, I can't count the first two yeses that showed up because they showed up before. I think they anticipated a different question.
I'll run them both. Hold on.
Okay.
Just tell me. Hold on. You tell me what name you at, and then I'll go.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see. What name do you remember where you was?
It was. Hold on. Let me run it back, and I'll tell you who. Hold on.
Because it didn't start until.
I know I think they anticipated you asking another question. Okay, Aries girl and Audrey. I know they weren't.
Aries girl.
They weren't. They voted before you asked a question. I think they anticipated something else. So I'm counting no's, correct? Yeah.
Oh, and I thought you were counting yeses.
Oh, sorry. I'll count yeses, but I won't count those two. Turn me around. Point me in the right direction.
Thank you, Inch. Love you all too.
Gotcha, Aries.
Why
I see now.
My screen ain't rolling up. Oh, that's right, because I'm not rolling it up. Okay.
Okay.
The question is, are they getting the children back? Or has it already been settled? They're not getting them back. Either one. No matter.
Audrey, are you still saying yes, or are you
King Paco?
No now.
I like the name. Queen got to say what she think.
I know. I got to think. I know what I think.
Okay, so
I can't count a single yes.
I'm no too.
Yeah, I'm no too. Oh, Audrey. Okay, one yes. One yes.
Girl,
Okay, gotcha.
Audrey, what are you talking about, Audrey? Reese to my hell no.
Okay.
Crystal says the no's outweigh the yes. Okay.
Far by far, yeah. Okay. All right.
You know, I was listening to that. I believe that was on Dirty Laundry's channel. I was in the comment section, and something that struck me interesting was the fact that somebody said, imagine he's getting meals and clean sheets versus what the children and Summer weren't getting at that house.
Isn't that ironic? That's a good point. Yeah. And food.
Yeah, that's what they said. Clean sheets, food. And that is something to think about. You in a cozy little place, probably in a private cell by yourself, so don't nobody cut your damn throat.
Right.
And you getting your little bologna sandwich at lunch and probably a little half-baked meal at dinner. A little clean sheet, little wool blanket for the cold nights.
People waiting on you.
You know, probably getting your little shower twice a week. More than what you were getting over there at 110 J.R.U. and Way.
Candusrella Hill.
Right. Girl, please.
Castle Candusrella.
What you talking about? Where do you stay at, Candusrella? What the hell is that? That don't look. That don't sound like this. Why that say, girl? Look, like how they talking Alabama. Good. Girl, what is that? Hopkins County? Answer my Don wanted in jail. What you mean wanted in jail? I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh.
Rand said 53 no's. Wow.
Mm-hmm. 1 yes. Well, I admire you, Audrey, for sticking to your guns.
Okay, Hillbilly Resort. I'm dead.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
That's bad. What you doing?
Reese, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Wait a minute. Look, I'm in the jacuzzi.
Which means oh, God, jacuzzi.
Somebody go. You what? I'm in the jacuzzi. Ronnie Lawson in here with me.
Allie, I can't talk right now. My massage is scheduled in 15 minutes.
Please stop. Wait a minute. Ronnie Lawson, what you doing there with Don Wells? I said it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Den hell, for sure.
Ronnie Lawson bringing in bubble bath. Shut up, Queen.
Oh.
I'll rub your back.
We shall go to the ball. My love.
Don't you start tonight.
I will.
Don't you start tonight.
I'm getting quiet. I know. You know, yeah. I'm at that time of night where you start to get a little punch drunk. So
Don, I let you out on the weekends. You come over here and shovel some snow or pick up some leaves. I won't tell if you won't tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jiminy Christmas. Whew. Wear me out.
It's a sad case.
If you really step back and get that big picture, it does make you just sad, depressed, mad, every negative emotion. These people have worked my nerves to the last.
Wait a minute.
What?
Where Robin at?
Oh. Robin.
Like the Warriors. You remember that movie from the 80s?
I don't remember that.
It's a gang movie.
I didn't see it.
It was some New York gang members having a fight in New York cities in the 80s. I watched it when I was a little girl.
Don't say that.
Warriors. Guys out there clicking the bottles. Come out to play.
Ooh.
That's what I'm thinking about Robin. Robin, where you at?
Mm-hmm. She needs to jump on somewhere. You know, I'm sure somebody. She's been invited.
Allie's belly button with Jose. I can tell.
Oh. Well,
guess what? She knee deep.
It could be a village up in there. You never know.
You know what? I can't. Okay, Jerry Springer Drive. Y'all stop. Robin seems to like Don better than Candace. Nah, I don't know about that. Where is Robin?
She's missing too.
Oh Lord, Rags getting her snacks and flashlights. That's not nice. Cleaning Power Patrol toys. Oh, y'all, please stop.
Oh. Oh, Reese, that's dark. Yeah, I like it though.
Will somebody explain to me what all that was about, the toys? And I think I missed that because, like I tell people, I don't watch everybody's content, so I don't really understand the.
What was it about? Summer's toys,
or people trying to say the toys were gone, or I don't understand whatever that was.
I heard that, but I didn't. You know that there wasn't any proof.
Rags, do you know anything about that incident with the toys and her cleaning the toys? Were these new toys or old toys that belonged to Summer? What are you saying? Because I never really understood what was going on with that. Oh my God, please stop. Donna's saving his apples. I don't even want to know what that means.
Apple a day keeps Lawson away.
Y'all stop it. That's not nice. They have Summer's toys to the church to give out, and they were washing them. Rags, hit the link. I don't understand what you're saying. Teresa, calm down. We know there's a war. They gave her toys. Is that what you're saying?
That sounds like it. 2 or 3 people have said that. They cleaned them to give them to the kids at church.
Why would you do that if you're hoping you... Okay.
But look, here's what I saw in that.
Hit the link. I need an understanding about the toy. Somebody hit the link. Stop chatting. Just hit the link so I can understand what you're saying. Good night, Kathy.
Good night, Kathy.
She ain't seen the link. Good Lord Jesus.
Come back soon.
Thank you, honey, for joining us.
Rags saying yes, they cleaned them to give away.
Hold on, honey. Hold on. Because that's something I never dwelled on when I first heard it months ago. This is bullshit. That's crazy. Wow. Man. Well, somebody decided to stay out my chat. Thank you. Give it a rest. Stalking the YouTubers. Time you spend over here stalking me, your ass can go help your fucking friend clean her nasty ass house.
There's Rags.
Hello.
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 Yeah, I said hello.
Okay. Now, what's the issue with those toys from months ago? Because I never got an understanding.
What I watched of it was just that. Candace got all of Summer's old toys together and gave them to the church, and then they cleaned them up to give away. I mean, that was pretty well it.
So, is there a receipt to that?
There was a video of them.
Okay, so let's say that's true. What fucking sense would that make to clean your child's toys and give them to a stranger? First of all, I'm not going to clean no nasty ass toys. Stay woke, Queen.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
If they nasty, you don't plan on keeping them, what would you do with them? Throw them away.
Truthfully, what I thought was that was Candace's way of starting to get Summer out of her life. I would never get one.
Of course, that is what people do when they knock off their children. Yep. They take pictures off their phones. Stay woke like Cal City. You didn't even have a picture of the boys recently to give law officials. To this day, they're running on older photographs of the children. Stay woke.
Yep. Like,
why would I give away toys to the church and I want my child to be found? No, I'm gonna give them to you only because I know one, she ain't coming back.
Right.
Yep.
You're not gonna find her.
Wow. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Yep. Give her toys away, and then, like you see in the most recent photos and stuff, all Summer's
I guess I'm a little late on that storyline, but that's something to think about. If that is true, allegedly. You gave toys to the church, they cleaned them up, and Robin, is something wrong with this motherfucking lady here.
That's why I said
there is something wrong with her.
Yeah.
That's why I said about the snacks and flashlights, because like the next day.
I was saying to you.
Mm-hmm.
Candace, why are we cleaning toys? Don't you want your baby to come back? I see cleaning them for her to come back, or we go buy some new toys. How about we buy some new toys?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And that's why I said that about the flashlights, because like the next day after someone went missing, she's on the news like all smiley. I went and got my snacks and my flashlights. Like, why are you excited and happy about this?
Yeah, that was strange to me too when she said that. I don't know if she was just nervous, but that came across very strange as well. That was a very strange comment. Yes, it was. Okay, Stormy, if they were really dirty, self-explanatory, throw them out.
Or keep them.
We've seen how they live. Why would I clean dirty toys? Come on, y'all. The people are nasty. Think about what you're saying. You're going to go waste time cleaning nasty toys when you could go buy some new ones.
I've lost 2 nieces. One when she was 16 in 2008, and I lost another niece 2 years ago in a car wreck. And both of their parents still have all their stuff in exactly the same spot.
Ruby says Candace was selling Summer's toys on her Facebook post a month before Summer went missing. Well, maybe they were older stuff she didn't want, like stuff that was too small. You know, shit that's for toddlers. I don't know.
I mean, their rooms ain't changed. They ain't got rid of nothing. And we're talking since 2008 and then 2000 what?
Right. TZ says, we're dirty from when Summer played with them in the dirt. That's my point. If they're nasty, why am I cleaning them? Wouldn't it just make more sense to go get some new dolls and toys for the girl? Come on, y'all.
It doesn't make, none of it makes sense.
I'm not going to clean no damn toys that's been out in the dirt. For what? You didn't care about them, so what am I cleaning them for?
Yeah.
Exactly, Blonde. Priorities.
Yep.
You've left them out there in the dirt, in the house, nasty, whatever. I'm not going to come in here and clean those toys for your kid. I would just get new toys.
Yeah.
Somebody says wash away evidence.
Well, I don't think they take them to the church to wash away evidence.
Maybe they didn't have no water up there. Stay woke.
Well,
think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all don't be listening. Why would you take toys to a church to clean? Come on now. I've had enough of this. I'm done with this bullshit.
Oh, what's something going on in chat?
Yeah. Distraction.
Last says, my husband's son was murdered in 2002 and he still has his stuff. Yes, because some people can't part with things.
Right.
Yeah.
They have sentimental value.
That's what I was saying.
So let me ask you something, Raz. Were the children cleaning those said items?
It was a very fast. Yeah. One of the videos I saw, it was very quick. It wasn't like it was like not even like 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this one more time. Exactly where were they cleaning the toys?
They were in the church, like at tables, and mostly all you seen was like adults.
So I want you to think about what you just said.
I was just telling you what I saw.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not accusing you of nothing. I'm saying I just want you to think about what you just said.
Well, I was just shocked.
You see, this is what I tell you all. Don't nobody think about what has been said. Think about what you just said and repeat it back to yourself.
I said it was a very quick video. And that was kids' steps.
I can't hear you. Say it loud for the chat.
I was just saying what I said. I said it was a very quick video. It was only like 2 seconds, and you saw the kids and adults there washing the toys.
And where were they washing the toys at?
At the church.
Did you hear that? Who done it?
I think if I was going to give my child's toys away, I would go to the trouble of cleaning them up myself and presenting them in a respectful manner. Dumping off dirty toys at the church just seems a little odd.
Yeah, I thought it was odd.
I mean, getting rid of them at all.
Y'all ain't asking the obvious question.
Why was it at the church? Yeah.
Why would you take dirty toys to a church to wash? Why would you think somebody from the church would want them, kids, whomever? Because what is the purpose in taking them to the church?
I don't know.
I'm asking the question because I'm expecting an answer.
And I'm sitting here thinking of what I would think about that.
Huh?
I mean, if it was,
Is it possible that that they were requested? Somebody mentioned just a bit ago, and I don't know where they got the information.
Listen, I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Okay.
Why would you let somebody take your dirty toys from your house and clean them at the church? I think it's quite obvious. Y'all ain't listening.
Did they get them from the church? Is that who? Well,
I don't think that's what.
I don't know what you're thinking.
Toys are coming from the house.
Yeah.
Why would I allow you to take dirty toys from the house to go wash them at a church? I don't see how y'all don't miss what I'm saying.
I guess because they didn't have
it's
water.
Sitting right in front of you. It's sitting right in front of you.
Should have a way to worship. I'm thinking.
Ting.
That's the only thing I could think of. Shouldn't have a way to worship them.
Damn.
But I said that a while ago.
Does that make sense?
No.
To let somebody come take dirty toys to a church to wash them?
No.
Thank you, Donna. Amen. Woo, hallelujah. Why would Robin be up on the hill to begin with? Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she took them to the church to donate them. I didn't think about Robin coming to the house.
Donated them or you cleaned them. Ain't nobody listening. What fucking reason would you do that? One, if you think the child is alive, what are you taking the toys for? Two, why are you taking them to a church to clean? Why wouldn't you not clean them at your own house? Isn't that where she lives?
Yes, that's what I said a while ago.
I didn't think I gotta say this. You're gonna take toys, dirty, all the way 35 minutes away to wash and bring them back. But then we found out she didn't bring them back.
Yeah. No, that's what I said a while ago. If I was going to donate a child's dirty toys, I would go to the trouble to wash them and take them. I wouldn't want to be giving dirty toys to anybody.
Thank you. That's my point.
Okay.
One, you have a child who you should be wanting to come back.
Yes.
That's first and foremost. Two, they're nasty. So why are you taking them to go take somewhere else to be washed?
Yes.
Well, you could throw them away and get new toys.
Would have been a better
Could it be you didn't have fucking running water?
Possibly. Yeah. Yeah. Good grief. These people. Huh. On the same subject, but not quite. I always, when Candace was showing the toys to CM, I was amazed at how little. There were just a few little trifling toys. It wasn't like some nice toys that a little girl would like to have.
I'm glad you said. That's why I keep telling everybody y'all don't be paying attention to stuff. What toys exactly did you go take that's so dirty that need to be washed off and then donated if I'm expecting my child back?
Right. They were little Paw Patrol toys, weren't they? And a Paw Patrol.
So you need to carry them all the way to the church to wash them?
Yeah, yeah. Oops. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't make.
If she didn't have water, she was supposed to do laundry. Well, that's Candace's version. You don't know what Candace got. See, that's what you're trying to tell y'all about this he said, she said stuff. Everything pertaining to June 15th is coming from the mouth of Candace and Don. You don't know what they had going on up there.
Huh.
Or they have her and she wants her toys. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that comment.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I don't believe Candace did a lick of laundry that day. But she had to come up with some kind of.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. I didn't see any toys. You know, they were pitiful if she was trying to show off how many toys Summer had. I didn't see them either.
Mimi says, I didn't see many toys shown in that video.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
we already saw what was in the house with Chris Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as far as I know, Summer didn't play video games, and that's a TV screen and some video games. That's what the boys were into. But she had 2 or 3 little small.
Okay, somebody saying they didn't come from the house. I thought I heard Robin say that the kids were watching all the toys at the church they play with. Okay. That's what I'm trying to make y'all understand. I'm gonna believe that it wouldn't make no sense to me that they would leave the house and then go up the highway and took. You would have to carry them in something. Do I really want to put dirty toys in my car? That's the point I'm trying to make.
I hear you.
Think about taking them from one place to the other. The reasoning behind taking them somewhere else, if indeed that's true. That's why I asked Rags to come up here, because I never got an understanding about the toys months ago. That's why I didn't dwell on it. Because see, I don't dwell on everything that's repeated by Don and Candace. I just don't do that.
Well, and
I was just what I had observed when he was filming the inside of the house downstairs. That's when I saw the toys.
Yeah, and in the video that I saw about them washing the toys, is they just said they were Summer's toys. So, like, you get under the impression that they were washing Summer's toys to donate.
Wait. Say that again?
I said the video that I watched, that was something that I saw of them washing them, they were saying they were Summer's toys. So, I guess she could be right that they were toys she played with at church. They didn't give that impression. They gave the impression that they were.
Do you believe she washed her clothes? Because now that's the subject in the chat. Do you believe she washed clothes, man?
I don't. I already said that. No, I don't.
Do you believe she had water? Rags.
I'm gonna have to say I believe they had running water, maybe not in the house, but because of the accusations that they say.
Killer B said Robin said they were Summer's toys.
They were talking about Dawn taking a shower.
Thank you, Mimi. Sounds like she didn't want anything around to remind her of her daughter, evil and sick. That sounds about right. Because then they go back to the video of Chris Madonna's focus now was on the clothes rack, looking like some of her clothes were missing. So if the clothes are missing, wouldn't the toys be missing too? Stay woke. So what happened? You took the clothes to the church and washed them too at the church.
That's what I said earlier, because the next video you saw of them in the house later, all Summer clothes is gone too.
Okay, so that's the point. That's where we're going with this.
Yeah, that's why I said.
If I'm to believe that the clothes were missing, the toys ain't went nowhere to wash for. Come on now.
Yeah, that's when
you got rid of them because you knew she wasn't coming back. Let's just keep this shit real and stop this bullshit.
Exactly. That's what I said when I first came up here. I think she got rid of them to start getting rid of Summer and all of her stuff.
Like the 3 water bottles that were brand new on that rack. Remember that?
I'm trying to recall. I don't think that caught my eye.
Crystal, they had a water well. Crystal, get out of here.
No, I didn't catch the water bottles.
Yeah.
In a photograph, there are 3 bottles, but there's not one for a 4th child if I wanted her to come back as well. Stay woke.
Good night. Yeah. Signs everywhere.
Thank you, Autumn. No clothes, no toys.
Yeah. No food.
Somebody said such and such said that the water wasn't clean. I noticed pipes coming out of the house was held up with paint.
Spit and duct tape.
I gotta lay down.
You're so tired.
Wait a minute. With my favorite color, blue, like her damn blue ass tank top.
Oh my God.
Color blue. That tape holding them pipes up was blue.
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, they had those water pipes shut up with painter's tape. I saw that.
Right, last with the boy's name on them. Exactly. The boys' names were on the water containers.
Well, I have to go look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was talked about, Rags. How you missed that?
I did not see that.
Yeah.
I was so taken with looking at the toys thinking, my God, that's
this is when they were doing their
toys.
revamping and straightening the house. You will see on a shelf water bottles. It's only 3. They're brand new.
Gotcha. Yeah.
If they ain't brand new, it was just 3, and it looked like they were put there deliberately to show you all what they had been doing with the house.
I see. Yeah. On the church website, Donna's saying that Robin said in December that the church on the church website that they washed some toys.
Okay, well, I'll accept that, Donna. That's the point I'm trying to make you all. That's why I always tell you all to think about what you're saying, what you're hearing people say. Ask yourself, does it make sense? You're talking about hauling nasty toys into someone's vehicle to go wash at another domain. For what reason, if I'm expecting my child to be returned to me? Yeah. 2, they're nasty. I'd rather store them in the garbage and buy new toys for my kid.
Mm-hmm.
What difference does it make? A doll here, a toy here. She didn't have that much shit in the damn garage, or the damn basement. So you weren't gonna be spending a whole lot of money on no new toys.
Well, they look like they came out of a Happy Meal anyway. Just, not much.
I want to end into this. You understand?
Yes.
I'm tired of talking about these people.
It's wearying.
I'm tired of talking about that gutter trash in Rogersville.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of talking about them. I'm sick of talking about their stinking ass fucking associates. Mm-hmm. I'm sick of hearing this other BS that's going on with he said, she said. I'm sick of all of it.
Yeah. Me too.
You can have lice and roaches and all that and have running water. That don't mean anything. That means you just didn't use the damn water.
That's a shame. The one thing they got, they don't use. Yeah, good.
If CPS has been up there, has been stated they have, we don't have a receipt of it. That's one thing they have to have is running water.
They have to have it.
You have to have running water.
Who said they have to have running water?
Well, okay, I'm in Indiana, and I know here you do because my neighbors had them over there all the time, and that was one of the things they stated because they had their water shut off, and they told them they had to have running water.
Okay, but we're talking about before June 15th, baby.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, well, after you saying. Okay, so.
This was probably 7 years ago.
After that happened. Okay, so I still want you to think about what you're saying. Do I really care about what the state says if I'm really not trying to get my kids back?
Well, I'm just trying to make sense of it. Is all.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying we're 8 months in. They don't have the kids back. She's sitting here joking about rehab classes online, which makes no sense to me. Who's to say they didn't have running water? Who's to say they got running water now? Because somebody has to pay the bill. Candace has no job.
Well, if they didn't have running water, you would think there'd at least be water jugs laying everywhere. I don't know. I'm just trying to think logically.
Yes, I've heard some people in the chat talking about her not being in love. Mm-hmm.
What is that about?
I don't know. Maybe somebody that watches other people's content can tell you. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I've just seen that phrase.
Well, they can go to Cash App her.
Huh.
Make sure when you say that Cash App, you put a note saying, bitch, this is for you to put some stars up to the door.
A new tank top.
Crystal, stop.
Really? That's a Little House on the Prairie story they were spinning. Make it look like
you Cash Apping this motherfucker. Y'all keep Cash Apping her. And when you hear the bitch ain't got no power on, don't come in the chat talking about it. I'm serious. Don't come in the chat talking about what the hell going on at 110 J.R. Ewing Way.
That's why I've been so much out of it. As soon as
Oh, they ain't got no water. They got no gas, no electric.
Hmm.
Do you know it's cold here in East Tennessee? Maybe
And
not
getting
like
colder.
but it's cold here.
Yeah, it's
I
cold
want
here.
you to think about gas, water, electricity.
Mm-hmm.
I
Internet.
want you to think about what it costs to run a space heater in a house.
Yeah.
More than one. Come on with it, Queen.
That's what I try to keep up on it, but as soon as Dawn went to jail and she started throwing her cash app out there, made my stomach sick. Oh, I was so sick.
You better wake up.
Like I can't watch it anymore.
It costs to live. Gas is at $3.29 right a chim.
Mm-hmm.
That's not speaking for what it costs up there, an hour away where she stays.
So
she drives an SUV, which means you got to pay a car note, insurance.
Yeah. So she can't be an Uber driver, or DoorDash is out of the question. She'd spend as much on gas as she made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because gas has gone up. So any delivery job, she get ready to run that gas right back out.
Exactly.
You have to be on the hustle all day long at night doing deliveries.
Yes, you do.
Okay, drug delivery. That's cool. Damn, Sunset. Come on now. They use wood for heat. Do they? I don't know what they use. I'm not in their house. I don't know what they use.
Well, somebody donated a bunch of wood to stack up there at the base of the driveway there.
Mm-hmm.
So, might have been for the bonfire, so that because they were all gathered around the bonfire singing Kumbaya.
Okay, so y'all believe she got a wood stove, so somebody want to put that in the chat like that means something to me.
Well, whenever Dawn was on a live, she was talking about how cold she was and asked him to put some wood on the fire. He's like, I will in a little bit. And then she started going off on him. I can repeat word for word what she said. Basically, those women are more important than I am. Can you take care of your wife?
And you think she get ready to haul wood and log it up?
Well,
well, Grandus can't help because of that bad leg.
Well,
like Whodunit said, people were starting to donate after Summer went missing, wood and stuff to him, and that wood's still just sitting there.
Okay, and it's probably still sitting there.
Yeah, it's still sitting there.
They are probably running space heaters. They watch Wi-Fi. You got to have electricity to run Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
they're probably running space heaters.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, her light bill is high as fuck if she's running space heaters.
Yes, that doesn't come cheap.
Because that means you got to run it per room that you in. So right now, Don gone. She probably upstairs sleeping in a recliner, and the heat is right there at her foot. She ain't down there in that damn basement because you already know it's cold in that basement.
Mom, I'm sleeping with you in the trailer tonight.
But you,
it's warm up in your trailer.
Who does?
And we
know he rises. She upstairs.
Upstairs. In the recliner. By the fire. Yeah.
Somebody said it's strange to me that they asked for firewood first.
We know she ain't using no stove to heat up that house.
Allegedly says burning wood is hard work.
Yes, it is.
Cold fast. Laugh out loud. Thanks for telling us that, honey.
It is.
Well, hauling that wood up that hill would be, you wouldn't need a fire. You'd be warm by the time you got up to the top with a load of wood.
Yeah, but you're going to have to keep that wood stacked up by the house, not down by the drive. So it's successful when you get cold and you already had a wood handy.
Yes.
And you have to get up every 2 hours and throw wood on the fire. So my
hell no. Wait a minute. I know I'm done. And who?
You got to keep stoking that fire.
Yeah.
Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours. That's how my dad heats his house. And since my dad passed away, my brother's had to go up.
Come out. She also asked for flooring. You know what I can't.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Searching says you have to be up all hours of the night stoking the fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good all night.
If these motherfuckers don't bathe and wash and take care of themselves, they ain't about to get up in every 2 hours. How you gonna sleep if you getting up stoking a fire?
They don't. But you get used to it, though. I mean, they did it their whole life. My dad's did it his whole life.
Well, I'm sure people did, but we're in a different world now. People don't do what people did 40, 50 years ago, 60, 100 years ago. That's a very good question, Beth Miles. Wouldn't Grandus need electricity for her trailer?
Yes, she absolutely would. She's got a light
Let's
pole.
talk about the trailer life, van life. Shut up, Angela.
Sleeping in the car. Mama.
Okay.
Has you got any more gas? I just ran out.
Gypsy, yes, it'll be cold in the morning. Exactly. How is Grandus heating that little box she in? If y'all tell me that horse running a wire across that yard, I'm dead.
You know that they are.
Yes.
Yeah, all I got to think about is how that inside of that house is wired, and I'm thinking, okay, just run something across the yard. Big old extension cord.
All it takes is one spark. Ting.
Well,
you'll see a firebox right there, and that cord with a flame going across it to that trailer.
Boom. It'd be the best thing in the world to happen.
Geronimo! 2 for the price of 1.
Absolutely. Yeah. Big old extension cord. Oh, gosh.
Truth says, you not sleeping, laugh out loud. If you are, then you are freezing your butt on while you sleeping. And I can tell you, I can't sleep if the room is cold. I can't. I will toss and turn till my body warms up, or you understand what I'm saying? I got to get myself warmed up.
Me too. I have a heating pad. I can't sleep without. I got to have some heat.
Somebody
on
need
me.
to donate her some tears because I haven't seen her drop. She did cry. She did cry with Crystal Dutter. So funny. I didn't see cords in the videos. Honey, they had cords running all around the walls.
Yeah. All the wiring was visible, running along the ceiling line, then hanging down here and there.
You know what Son said? Please stop. That's why they picked up guys from the gas station. Keep them warm.
Keep them warm. Oh, well, you know, there could be all that going on. Yeah.
They need to call that True Seeking Light. He'll keep them warm. He'll keep them warm.
It's cold. I'm cold.
Will you stop, please? Would you imagine him and Candace? Don sure enough break out of jail. He knew a black man was up there.
Yes, wouldn't he?
Somebody go back and call him. Don is a black man. I see the black man coming up out of there. Ooh,
big old hole in the wall.
Cut a hole in the wall and bring his ass out of jail.
Oh, Lord.
Donald Wells escaped Hawkins County Jail. Be on the lookout. He been circle way.
Here come.
I bet you what. He wouldn't roll up on no black man talking shit. It'd be on and popping, baby. He'll look at Donald Wells and tell him, hey, homeboy, you got to go.
911?
Be the black version of Clint Eastwood.
Make my day.
Shut your mouth. Okay.
Yeah. You got to think whether you lucky or not today.
Huh? How do you feel? Huh, punk?
Do you feel lucky?
I love Clint Eastwood. Oh,
me too.
Wow.
Me too. Love him dearly.
Oh, honey. Damn. Got Pookie up there, got rap music playing. Somebody showed up. I hear some rap music. Coming to 110 Ben Circle 1.
Even BK be making tracks.
What they been doing up there? She got a black man up there. She got a what? She got a black man. Ooh, let me tell you something. Hawkins County catch on fire.
Wouldn't it just burn straight down?
Burn up. Straight to the ground. He would lose his mind. He knew that gal had a black man up there. Shut your mouth.
Oh my. Hmm. Lord help us all.
Teresa, that's not nice. Tells you have a drug party, charge $20 at the door. Y'all see.
Now that could be a big money maker, and I bet you they've made money in the past just like that.
Cool.
Lay a little cash on the table, and we'll break out a line or two.
Lord have mercy.
House of Cards. Oh, Ben Hill.
Well, see, that's the thing about giving people money. You don't know what they're doing with the money. You understand?
Well, I was just thinking about
who
that.
it is.
I was just trying to imagine, wonder what she is actually doing with the money she's got rolling in right now.
All I can say is, whether she throwing it away on bullshit, in the end, she'll be the one suffering because that man is still locked up.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to spring yet. Don got some months to go before he can even be considered to be let go out of there early.
Yeah.
So we ain't even at spring yet. So you talk about spring, then summer, late summer that he would actually be let go. That's probably August. So
August. Yeah.
She can fuck up the money if she want and not pay for no bills and taxes. All that's on her.
Yes, it is.
That's on her.
And only, people can only send so much to.
Somebody said she was hopping all over YouTube tonight. Okay. Yeah. Once you go black, you never come back. That's true. I guess, unless a woman finds her a nice looking rich white man. Shut your mouth, Queen.
Oh, you know what? The man we had in here last night.
Listen, Rant, no black man would touch that. You's a fucking lie.
You know the guy we had in here last night.
Black men here love white women, so that's a lie. One, I'm telling you, Candace could get a black man quicker than I could.
That
yes,
is
she could.
That is true.
Yes, she could. Okay, let's go on the dresses. I see because y'all gonna keep talking about this. She said she isn't in love with Don anymore. Go, Rags. Then I'm gonna check out of here.
She says she's not in love with Don anymore. I have not seen that one, but that is hilarious.
That's a play line. Just joking people around line. I don't think she knows what love is.
I love her, but I ain't in love with him.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be saying that anyway.
Yeah.
She's probably already got somebody on the side.
I already told y'all that's gonna be your weakest link right there.
Yes, you're right. Here it comes.
Here it comes. Why are you telling the general public, the same YouTubers that he cried and moaned, we had all these problems with, you think that thing out there is your friend that you talking to? That's the motherfucker you should be watching. Just keep talking.
Yeah. Encourage it, putting words in her mouth.
Telling on yourself. That's not something to say, and your husband's incarcerated. Frankly, you shouldn't even be on YouTube talking any damn way. You shouldn't be talking about food and music, is what was said on Dirty Laundry's channel, and I played you that content. How stupid is that? Your baby missing, and you sit here on the YouTuber's channel talking about different music and food. Well, bitch, you don't cook, so what are you talking about?
Okay, so her husband's in jail less than a month, and now she's already out of love. She's already talking to somebody else. Guaranteed it.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I wouldn't be talking about it out loud, but yeah, I can see she's not going to be alone long because she's going to need somebody to take care of her.
Pookie cut her off from talking then.
Oh.
She doesn't wash much either. When you mean wash, what do you mean by wash? Wash herself or wash clothes?
Don said that on a live recently. Somebody said.
Oh, she didn't bathe much. See, that's another fool. You tell her to tell the public, my wife don't bathe often. So then that means if she funky, I'm funky. Because I'm kissing and laying on somebody funky.
No, thank you. Pass.
Okay, Southern says she's in love with Pookie. Her face showed that tonight. All right, y'all, stop it.
It's kind of like any man that would show her attention at this point would turn her head. She's looking for somebody else to take care of her now.
Yeah,
well, let's be truthful. Well, if he do mess with her, that means he likes chicks with dicks.
Well, there's a point. It's a twisted little narrative right there.
When you die, if you found out she had a little knob.
girl.
Rags, unmute your damn self, please.
I can't.
You talking about the girl with something extra?
She's a Hataffatite.
Oh. Oh my God.
Spell that, Anya. Wait a minute. Spell that. So can I imagine both of them together? I ain't trying to imagine it, but anything's possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to put that image in my head, so I have to think about that at any time at all.
We already know allegedly somebody I saw in somebody's chat that he was put on blast about sleeping with Monica Sherrod. So if he slept with Monica Sherrod, he would sleep with Candus.
Well, there you have it then.
Woo, tuna fish ain't never been the same. Shut up, Queen.
Ooh.
I'm better now. I'm back.
Would you like that on wheat bread or what?
I want burnt toast.
Oh no, please. Nope. You know you shamed yourself right now.
I like to put my tuna on a biscuit.
Rye, tuna on rye.
She said he's her best friend in the world. Wow.
Candace said that about Don or Pookie.
Hold on, I gotta go read comments. Who said what?
Was that Candace said that, referring to Don, that he was her best friend in the world? Is that what?
I don't know who they talk. I don't know if they try to say
either.
Who or what. I don't know.
I
but
didn't hear that.
That would be some sick stuff to say that about him. Pookie. Okay. Crabs on the sandwich. Okay. Wow.
Oh no. I just heard that.
How you doing, Turtle Girl? How you doing, honey?
Oh my God.
Okay.
I know.
Maybe they all had a menage a trois when he was last here.
I watched about 5-10 minutes just to catch some information, and he called her beautiful about 10 times, and I was like, "Oh my God, here we go."
All right, Deb. Now y'all stop this.
Pookie said Candace was beautiful. That's what you saying?
Somebody said allegedly. Let me make sure I say this.
Allegedly, yeah.
He gave Monica the Hep C.
Oh.
Well, how in the world would you know that?
Yeah, how would you know that?
But yes, you know that he did.
If she had Hep C, she probably had that before she got with him. Because she was a drug user.
Turtle Girl, glad you're here.
Yes, welcome. Thank you so
much. Hang out with us. Subscribe. Come on.
People forget things like Hep C too. No, I ain't forgot about none of it. I ain't forgot about none of it. Hey, Queen, whoa. But I can tell you right now, she was an avid user. Boyfriend was using the one that was the daddy of the dead kid. Ain't no telling what that heifer got before she hooked up with that.
Yeah.
Pookie said he coming to Tennessee on March 15th.
If I ever go to that part of Tennessee, I'm wearing a...
Look, that's when they get their Social Security.
Please.
That's when they get a Social Security. Y'all, please stop. I got to get off this live. 3 hours. I got to go.
If I ever go to that part of Tennessee, I'm wearing a hazmat suit. I think the
social workers watch the tube. Of course they do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All over it. Checking everybody out.
Itch, that's not nice. Tuna with a side of Hep C. I'm dead. You fall out this damn chair. Y'all stop it.
We need Rain up here. I miss her snorting all the time. That's why I keep muting myself. Y'all ain't hear me snort.
Well, do you snort?
No, but at one time I do. It'd be right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, now somebody's saying Pookie admitted to being an IV user also. Well, I had already heard he used way back in the spring before all this jumped off. I just never seen anything. because I know people would assume where I got the information from. But I've been heard that, honey, before it was even summertime.
Aren't these lovely people?
Yes,
I mean, they are the cream of the crop, aren't they?
The YouTuber is just as nasty as the damn people in the storyline. That's what's sick. You just like the people in the story.
Yes.
I mean, in all fairness, what is he getting out of it?
Spotlight, cash.
Just views. That's it.
He thinks one day that Candace is going to tell him where Summer is.
Man, please stop.
He's on to
the help Spackle. I'm dead.
Who the hell is Pookie? Pookie is a name we use in place of another name.
Very good comment. Can't believe it's a character all the way since Cash. So bizarre. Not really bizarre. You're putting yourself in with like minds. That's why I keep trying to tell everybody, stay woke. Whenever you have a content creator meshing themselves in the lives of the people in the story, you need to ask yourself why. Especially when the people are mirroring each other from story to story, state to state. Then that means you have something to gain by being in the storyline with these said people.
Right.
Cash Gurdon's story mirrors Summer Wells. Everything about it is nasty, vile, drug-related. It's all the same. That's why. They're evenly yoked. All right. We got it. Don't call no names in the chat.
Allegedly.
What do you have to say? Y'all say what y'all got to say. I'm going to check out here.
Yeah, I'm going to drop down. That's all I wanted.
Yeah. Queen, it's been enjoyable this evening and very informative as usual.
Thank you, Rags.
So I'll hop down too. And I know you're tired.
Yeah, I am tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired.
I know you're just tired of being tired. Girl.
I'm going to go eat some ice cream in my bed.
Oh, I am too. Don't be so bad.
I'm being silly.
All right.
Somebody sitting up thinking, man, I should never went on that woman's live last night. No, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, what was I thinking? Or not thinking. Yeah.
What?
Oh, I wanted to introduce him to Candace to say, well, this gives you something to judge by.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He would have a lot to say about that, would he not?
Have I got a girl for you, darling?
You all stay safe too. Yes, Rand, what do you have to say before I check out of here?
I just want to say that the whole thing with that Pookie Bear there is that, see, he can't take too much money. He can't take too much money because he's on Social Security disability.
Oh, yeah.
So he needs a fall person to be able to get this cash going too.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
I would.
What now?
He's on disability of some sort. He can only take in so much money.
20 hours a legal job.
Yes. So he needs a fall person in order for the money to go to. And what better to be doing the sneaky deaky, whatever the fuck, with a toothless thing. He can get some blowjob going on there.
Oh,
Randy, go to bed. Go to bed, Randy.
And get some money. He's got to have a place in order to be able to get this money to.
Yeah.
And he can help that person and use the money to his own benefit because he can't take it.
Thank you, Killer B. Appreciate that.
So, good night, all of you. What money is you thinking? What is you trying to say? He getting some of their money from the cash apps and stuff?
Yes.
That's what I kind of think. Yeah. He's hanging in close to where wherever the cash cow is. That's where he's going to be.
Yes,
because you got to remember one thing. Think about what you're saying. Why am I getting ready to give you, a YouTuber, my money when you're a YouTuber and you get donations and you get paid by YouTube if you're monetized?
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, he is getting donations, but you see, he can only get so much donations. He cannot get. I don't know what above.
You really, Rand. You not random. Let me school you on something.
Okay.
Who
sorry.
in the hell told you that he is reporting his money?
Well, that's true, but you think that
okay, then. You think he is stupid enough to tell the Social Security Board that he is a YouTuber and that he's monetized and that he gets donations? I just want you to think about what you're saying.
I don't think he would, but do you think that there's not a large percentage that wouldn't be happy to tell Social Security he's defrauding them?
And you're right. So therefore, what fool would have told people they drew SSI in the first place? See, this is what I keep trying to tell you. You have to know when to keep your mouth closed.
Well, exactly, but that mother humper doesn't, and people that know his whole story don't either. So
Southern Gal is saying his money goes to his mom's app.
Yeah, it was going to his wife, or soon to be ex-wife, but now it's got to go somewhere else. So, you know, the whole Candy thing is in part, yes, it's helping her, but it's also a way to help him.
Well, I'm not mentioning any names, but I bet I can guess somebody that will report him. Not come from here. But I can guess somebody, he's on an enemies list of someone who's probably just as likely to, you know, put the B on him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if he were doing this for the goodness of his heart and the right thing, okay. But I don't believe that. I effing don't believe that. So.
Yeah.
Somebody says he's not monetized because his channel was taken down before.
Oh, okay.
He's monetized right now because he takes great pleasure in mentioning that and going, I don't watch him. I just kind of do little clippets like, oh, let me freaking check in. But he'll be like, oh, yeah, cash out, blah, 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 blah. He gets all flipping excited. So
the reason to hide money is if IRS will take it from his account. It's not the IRS he has to worry about. It's the Social Security if he's drawing SSI.
Yeah, disability. Yeah, they'll keep an eye on that.
They will be taking a percentage of the money, and then if it's too much money, then they'll tell them then you don't need SSI.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. How did you go from talking about SSI and cash apps to some of what? This is ridiculous to me.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Damn. These people are straight people, man.
But see, that's how this case has gotten the way it is. Okay, look at us as a group. Okay, we started with the Wells, all right, and we were chatting about that. But see, look how we branched off. Now think about
keep talking about other stuff.
Yes,
you always bring up what somebody said. You know, went from talking about toys to this to
yes.
This is how it always is pertaining to somewhere else.
Yes,
that's stupid parents. What they said, whatever.
Yeah,
that poor baby. Yes, it is exactly.
But Randy, they made us do this by us trying to observe and consider and think and figure things out, you know, just analyzing the way that we do. They're always jumping in the spotlight with some new outrageous. The more outrageous they can be, the more things that we look at and comment about. They've stolen Summer's spotlight. We didn't stop paying attention to Summer. We're here because of Summer.
No,
but
that's us though who done it, and Queen. That's us as a group. We want Summer found. Okay.
Well, we want answers about you know what happened. What happened that day of June 15th? That there are 3.5 hours unaccounted for.
Dazzling us with bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole. That's been their whole act from day one.
Yeah.
Just messing with us.
Yes.
So, you know, thinking that we were going to bite and buy that because I'll guarantee you for the better part of their lives, they have associated with people who are maybe slightly dumber than they are, enough for them to think they're smarter than anybody. They think all of us out here are just as dumb as the people they have been around. That low life, like somebody said, bottom feeders. So of course they look brilliant around most of the bottom feeders we've been watching everywhere else.
Yeah, can I get the e-ticket for that ride over there? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so you know, they never counted on people of any kind of substance with any kind of brain at all ever seeing through them. They didn't count on that.
No.
Because usually they've been able to pull the wool over so many people their whole life. And
Yes.
finally they ran up against some people who actually had a brain and could figure it out that they're just full of it.
I only had a brain.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to the Wiz.
Well, they ain't in Kansas anymore.
I need a smaller waistline.
However, there's still some freaking stupid people out there because they're sending money. I mean, I don't understand. You know,
searching for the truth. Yes, if they wanted it solved, they would keep to the facts, and that's why they like blaming other people, because they are the culprits behind the child going missing.
Yeah.
100%. Yes.
Well, Blonde, they haven't confused me because Queen know about the street. Game recognized game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
They just running game, baby. That's all. So they think.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is what so many people have done that have committed crimes.
Yes. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They
know when to shut up. A lot of criminals know to be quiet. These two don't now. Candace was quiet at the beginning. Don was there to orchestrate and run everything, but now he's gone and she's following suit. That's all she's doing.
Now she gets
picking up where he left off. That's all.
Yeah, she gets a chance to shine now. So
yes, and she's coming out, in my opinion, allegedly, because it leads more to make her look like the domestic victim. Oh, boo-hoo.
Of course.
You know, but people don't see that from that perspective. We see it, but the average, average and below average individual don't see it that way.
Well,
she's just playing it. I get it.
She said below average.
Yeah.
Now truth seeking light, be nice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Truth seeking light. Play nice. Ooh, what a mess. I'm out of here, y'all.
Well, I hope you get some rest tonight, Queen.
I'm going to. Guess what?
Yeah.
The rain is falling as we're speaking.
Oh, it's a great night for the rain to fall.
I mean, it's
little ice
down.
cream.
I hear it now. Outside hitting down.
You ready to go fluff your pillow?
Honey, what you talking about? Fluff it, turn it. I was drinking some crazy stuff last night. Oh my gosh. I was like I don't want to say it was an igloo, but it was something that had weird looking steps. I was running down them. The steps weren't even. Oh, it was crazy. It was such a weird dream. And I had some people trying to follow me around, and I was running through the winding staircase. It was just like,
that's twisted. Good grief.
And then it was like it was inside of a mall. The staircase. It was weird.
Well,
very strange.
Yes, that is weird. I don't.
That's
like
true, Tracy. There are suckers born every day. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they are cussing the same cough. Yes.
P.T. Barnum made a whole career on that.
Yes. Yes.
Sucker born every minute.
Well, you guys, I've enjoyed it, and I enjoyed last night.
Yeah, me too, Randy.
I didn't hear the
you later. Be careful, 5150.
Yeah, and chat. Thanks for coming in. And
whatever that 5150 stand for.
Whatever. 5150 stands for crazy.
5150. Don't that sound like a drink? 5150.
I have two. Set them up.
What you drinking? 5150.
5150.
Over the 5150.
There it was.
Because guess what? It ain't gonna be no damn vodka fucking around with Russian.
That's right. We're gonna all have to go back to beer.
If you're a vodka drinker, let me say this to all of you in the chat. If you drink vodka, you better buy up every bottle in sight. Because you ain't about to be getting no more vodka from over there.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Better.
Yeah, but if you do, it's gonna be freaking expensive.
We're gonna be drinking hard tea before twisted tea before it's over with, I guess.
Oh God! Did you have to go there?
I did. I'm sorry for the reference. I take it back. Good grief.
You're drinking water from 110 Ben Circle Way.
Oh no, I ain't drinking that water. Please no, because I know it's.
Look, that shit, that nasty as it is, it probably tastes like some damn vodka.
Who knows? Buying vodka from the Wells mansion. I don't think so. No, thank you. No,
we could get her a job. Hey, she could. That's it. Moonshining. She could do some moonshining.
Oh, run and shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm dead. I'm so dead.
You
Ooh,
are not dead.
where'd she go?
You're not dead. You're wonderful.
Yeah,
Teresa said for a month we've been below zero. My
that's
gosh,
right. Yeah. Where are you, Teresa? That you've been below zero. Good
it was
grief.
warm here
Oh
today.
my God.
Nice and warm. Okay, the septic seeped into the well. Blonde, go to bed.
Yeah, it's recycled water. Gray water, they call that.
Please stop. Y'all stop. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't want any of that. No, thank you. If I'm
Vodka
getting ready to off myself, I'll go up
like
there and
this.
drink some water.
Vodka tastes kind of strange.
This ice water smells kind of
Minnesota,
funny.
okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
Minnesota.
not
Oh, my
gonna work.
gosh.
She's not going to work anywhere. I'm going to tell you how all this going to end. There'll be no job for her, and there'll be no boys returned to her. That's how that's going to go.
Amen. That's
Amen.
exactly right. That's what I think, too.
It'll be a distant memory, the boys.
Yeah.
I pray. I seriously.
You can't just wake up. You cannot just wake up and stop drinking or getting high. Come on, I think y'all know that.
That's where all the money goes.
And that's why, if they wanted the boys to begin with, Don, they showed their ass already. They played that card when they were all drunk and freaking effed up. You didn't want those boys, or you went to bin like that.
Well, they've been repeating their behavior before they even got together. They both were tainted people. Don't you think it's strange? Both were tainted, living similar lives before they even met. They get together, have these kids, and now the kids are gone. You have to admit, the universe is very strange, but the universe it has a way of linking people together. And they link, the universe linked two like minds together with similar pasts.
Yeah. They all fall in together. Yeah. That's what they all have in common. They're all exactly alike.
Oh, welcome, Tracy, from Canada, Northern Alberta.
Oh, Alberta. Yeah. Yep. Beautiful country.
Yes,
up there.
Canada's beautiful. I've been to Toronto. It's nice place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to my next visit somewhere. Oh, I'm mad I done missed Mardi Gras. Oh, I
Rags is saying something. Oh, I heard Don say from the mouth he called and had them come get the boys. She forgot to tell you. Huh. Well.
Come get the boy. Who came and got him?
Rags is saying that
he called CPS.
She heard Don say from his own mouth.
Oh,
he called them.
Because that was the line he first used. It wasn't safe there. But listen to what you're saying. Who the hell is going to place their children in the state's care because their house isn't safe? But yet you've continually stayed in that same unsafe house. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah.
So you didn't fear for your own safety versus your children leaving. You thought you could tackle some strangers coming up harassing you at your house.
And your daughter supposedly, in your mind, got abducted, but yet you let the boys go out and look for her. What fucking sense does that make?
Yeah, one child's missing. Send 3 more children down that hill. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a very good point. We didn't touch on that.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. So there's so many things you miss listening to these people spin these webs.
But that's why it's good when you have like intellectual abilities to group together.
Yeah.
To air the laundry. Okay.
Yeah. Chop it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because so many of these channels, I cannot believe how many people are feeling sorry for the candy gang.
Blonde says the kids were safer down the hill. Indeed.
Yes. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, CPS are not babysitters. Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
Why can't he talk about it? Because you were already talking on social media. That's why. You were already on YouTube, hooking up with YouTubers, and they heard it. That's exactly why.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He's not even supposed to still be talking about those kids, and Candace isn't either talking about the boys.
That's why I said, do I really believe what's said about the kids? I'm gonna go see them next month. You ain't said nothing about them kids all this time when allegedly you weren't supposed to be saying nothing, and out of the blue now you're telling some YouTuber, "Oh, I'm going to see my kids next month." When you know you're not supposed to be talking about them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Tracy has an
Mr.
interesting point. Candace knew what Dawn did with the girls. She did not want Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, my little notebook just gonna be full.
You need a new notebook.
That's a very interesting. I'm using Post-its right now, but that's just an interesting comment because I don't think I may have heard that maybe once. That'd be my next live then.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, she didn't want Summer. They were gonna let Grandus care for her. Grandus was supposed to adopt her, and then Don wanted her. So
I don't put anything past these people.
Imagine that. Imagine she knew and heard of whatever happened out in Utah or somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why she didn't want a girl child. Can you imagine that? If that is true?
Yeah, I can see that.
I have to wonder what happened to Candace. I mean, I don't think she had a pleasant childhood either. So
I know she didn't. I know she didn't.
Look at her parents.
The reason why I know she didn't have a pleasant childhood is the obvious. What person in their 19s, early 20s goes and joins a carnival?
Yes.
That's not the typical thing a young girl does.
No.
Yeah.
No. So pretty much
that's where you go when you don't have any other options for somewhere to sleep.
Grandus didn't want Candace either.
Right.
Grandus probably thought Candace was, a burden. So
I'm sure. I am sure. I think that's why Grandus allegedly now is sucking up and being so nice to her because she realized what a jacked up parent she was. But that's just my thought.
Jen says she said her parents were both part of the carnival. Okay. Never heard that.
Carnies, all the way around.
Both parents, carnies. Never heard that. Interesting. I've never heard that before.
But I kind of don't think she wanted girls because of whatever she went through growing up. But
I don't know anything about the child being adopted by somebody else and the price increased and the plan fell through.
I think Mary told that story, as if I recall correctly.
That was Mary trying to get the child, his older children or something from his previous
somebody,
life.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think the source for that is Mary.
Yeah, that's the past.
Yeah.
Other children.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in their glory days.
First of all, let's talk about that for a minute, and I got to get out of here. Okay. Why in the world would I offer my brother money for my own nieces and nephews? I'll wait. You're dealing with an addict. The option should be this. Hey, homeboy, I know you're an addict. I want the kids, or I'm calling the state, and I'll get them either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Why do you need to offer money? If I care about the kids, I'm not offering your damn money for no children. I already know you're an addict, so you're going to blow the money. So I'm just going to tell you directly. I know what you're doing. I know how you're living. Give me the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should have been the approach.
Yes.
And I'll decide when and where I want to give you any type of visitation to the children when you clean your life up. That'll be the stipulation. See, I always tell people to read between the information that's been given to you. What person is going to offer a dope fiend money for their fucking kids and they are their family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't offer a dope fiend money, period.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. When you had a free way to have them. Oh,
yeah, some people shouldn't be parents, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and grandparents shouldn't have had
She was pregnant with Summer, was my understanding, and yes, she did give up the previous kid, but on there tonight saying she wants all her kids home. I'm confused with what she's saying when she was pregnant with Summer.
She's reputation tending. She's trying to.
Yes, Teresa. Yes.
Smell a little
words
sweeter.
are cheap. Yeah, I don't believe nothing come out of Candace's mouth.
Yeah.
What you have to add is what's obvious. 3 are gone and 1 is missing.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have a bad past with your other children in the state's care, 1 severely wounded. And then he came into the fold also having drama and trauma with children.
Yep.
Now being his custody. So therefore, you all don't need your boys back.
Yeah.
No. No.
Or were they qualified to have the kids? I don't know. That's a good point too.
Well, that's, yeah. Who knows how cranked up they were. I got to go to bed, y'all.
Love y'all.
And Queen,
Talk
I
to
know
y'all
you're
later.
tired. Love you too,
Love y'all.
honey. We'll talk later.
I'm out of here. Okay, bye-bye. All right, everybody's gone. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $$Beganzi129 Cash App. Super chat to welcome to the live. I want to thank you all for following the content. Thank you so much for listening, new subscribers, new people dropping in. This is an ever-evolving story, which is a very sad and tragic story of a child missing and 3 other brothers in the state's care. As of late, I haven't really been talking about the parents and any of the shenanigans pertaining to them because it's always something, and it's just utter buffoonery pertaining to this case. And it's rare that you see people behave this way that have a missing child. And that's what you have to counter in, is the behavior of the said bio donors. No decent person would act this way if their child was missing. No decent person would be running to social media platforms to be talking and spewing all type of venom and he said, she said stories. And people on the outside who have immersed themselves in the case, they're really no better. Because there's a way of handling things and there's a way of doing things. The appropriate place to spin a story about your missing child, family member, would be the news, the radio, the newspaper, not YouTube. Rather, we want to talk to people. Rather, we want to get the information out and see if these people would talk to us. It's their choice if they want to talk to us. And if the spirit isn't right with the YouTuber, this is not the place for that type of information. And I think a lot of people need to understand that the intentions of the YouTuber is not genuine. And you might want to rethink going to a random person to spin your story about whatever you're spinning, because perhaps that's the wrong person to take your business to. Thank you all for joining me. You all stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back later on Friday today with Crime Vault, which is an extension of Everyday Shenanigans. In this, I bring you true crime that has transpired a while ago. It's old cases. And some of the cases have an ending and some of them do not. Some have a suspect arrested and in prison. Some have died and some do not have a suspect that was ever apprehended. So later on Friday, I will bring you Crime Vault of a true crime. Thank you all so much. And you all be safe. Thank you, mods. Good night. Thank you, Blonde. Thank you all, TZ. I love you. Thank you all so much. Teresa, Autumn, Inch, Killer. Searching Truth. Thank you so much. This is Everyday Shenanigans. If you see something, say something. Don't let this snitch rule keep you from telling the truth, because in the end, you may just save a life. And Summer Wells is a prime example of why you should always speak up. She's not the first child that ever went missing in the United States. And unfortunately, sadly, she will not be the last. Prayers for Summer Wells and her brothers. Prayers for the Ukraine, Poland, and all those areas that are near there. Praying that nothing bad happens, because it does not look good for the Ukraine right now. I will keep bringing you updates pertaining to what's going on over there. And as I said at the beginning of this video and my other commentary, Putin, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You are a sick son of a bitch. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up like Bin Laden and Hussein. They're going to have to take you out. They're going to have to take you out. And that's a sad thing to say about another human being. But I don't see this going anywhere positive. There's no way Putin can stay the president of over there, let's just say. It's not going to work. He's going to have to come out of there. And that means somebody's going to have to take him down. Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.